Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game as it's Derby County against West Ham United in the fourth round of the FA Cup. The final tie of the round. The draw for the next round is in approximately 20 minutes' time. So West Ham and Derby will know who awaits them in the next round before kick-off this evening. Lineups are approximately 5 minutes away, but Gonzo, how is oneself?
I'm all right. I'm sorting out my camera. There we go. I'm all right. You all right?
Yeah. It's difficult. I keep forgetting we've got a game tonight because of all the transfer stuff that's going on. Not just West Ham, all the other clubs as well. You know.
So can you do me a 30-second roundup, please, Geo? Assume I know nothing because I don't.
Okay, well, Chelsea are ready to sign Enzo Fernandez from Benfica for 120 million, and then it's a domino effect off the back of that. So now Arsenal are supposedly interested in Jorginho. Everton has supposedly made a 40 million bid for Conor Gallagher. So it's the ripple effects. That one transfer means more is going to be taking place. Southampton have apparently had a bid of 3 million accepted from Dembele, Lyon's Dembele, winky Dembele.
Oh yeah.
Wow, winker he is. So 3 million apparently Southampton's bid's been accepted.
That's cheap for a Dembele, to be fair.
Harris Nashby has completed his medical at Newcastle United, I believe. So I assume that will be confirmed tonight or maybe tomorrow as well. But apart from that, that's about it. That's the big transfer gossip. There's a few West Ham ones as well, but I don't want to do that because then it'll get you worked up. Whereas I know you're not going to be bothered about Chelsea buying Enzo Fernandez.
I'm not bothered about Chelsea buying Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. But so we'll leave the West Ham stuff for tomorrow. In our big deadline day show tomorrow night, we'll be live from 9 p.m. I say until 11. We always overrun, but we'll go live at 9. We've got some guests lined up, some people from other West Ham YouTube channels and a couple of special guests as well. Somebody that is a big favourite on deadline day on Hammers Chat. He'll be joining us early on in the show tomorrow night. So we are live from 9, talking about the transfer window, all the West Ham news and stuff, and depending on tonight's result, we might be touching on the game. It's very interactive, and we'll be doing a couple of giveaways as well. So join us tomorrow night from 9 p.m. Gonzo, is there anybody you're hoping to see start tonight in particular, or perhaps hoping to not see start because you want them rested for the weekend?
Yeah, Harrison Ashby I was hoping for tonight, Gio. Alas, it appears not. I want to see Flynn Downs. Flynn Downs incredibly important that Flynn Downs starts tonight. He would be my one, that I would insist upon, really. I would imagine Tilo Kehrer is going to get a run out. Why would he not? Areola, he might just not include him just to really pee him off. I don't know. I honestly, I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm a little bit of apathy for this one, just because of everything else. That's not because whatever his name, Enzo Fernandez, has signed for whoever he's bloody signed for. Who was it? Man City or Chelsea? Chelsea, wasn't it? I don't care about that sort of stuff, but because of what's going on at West Ham, so much more important stuff, really. So
Nick's right. I forgot about Cancelo. He's off to Bayern Munich. He's landed in Munich. He's away to Munich on a loan deal and then signing in the summer for 70 million.
The fullback, the Man City, the brilliant.
Yeah, he's
their third best player.
Apparently, he squared up to Pep Guardiola in training. Apparently, and then after the game at the weekend when Ake scored the winner on Friday night against Arsenal in the FA Cup, and Pep basically insinuated that Cancelo won't be happy that Ake scored the winner, kind of thing. So he's out. He's away.
Juicy. I wonder if Souček can square up to David Moyes.
And I think rumours are that Man City could either be going after Pedro Porro, who looked like he was away to Spurs. So rumours are that Man City could be making a last-minute move for him, or Anthony Robinson of Fulham.
What?
It's Fulham.
The one that played for Wigan?
Yeah, the one that we were looking at and decided, he's not worth it.
Manchester City?
Yeah, he's been linked to Manchester City. Suter has been linked to Leicester City as well for 15 million, one of the centre-backs that
he's Stoke centre-back.
Yeah, the one that we were heavily linked with. Alan, we're not going to do anything special for the draw. What we will do, though, is let you lot in live chat do it. I don't have a TV where I am. I don't have a telly, so I can't watch it. But it's on the one show from 7 o'clock onwards, and you will just tell us in live chat who we've got, and we'll go with that one. So we'll react to your reaction. Not going to say who it is, but
can't mention any.
Can't mention who the special guest is, but possibly. Accuracy. The lineup should be out. Actually, would you like to know what the?
I'd love to know. Tell me all of the players, Gio, and the substitutes, please.
Well, They haven't. Oh, here they
No.
go. They've just put out now. In goal for West Ham this evening is Alphonse Areola. He does exist. He's in goal. A back three of Tilo Kehrer, as well as Ogbonna, who's captaining the side this evening, as well as Nathan Gerd. Ben Johnson will be playing right wing back, while Emerson is on left wing back duty, with Thomas Soucek partnering Flynn Downs in midfield. And then we'll probably have Pablo Fornals in midfield as well, with Michael Antonio partnering Jared Bowen up front.
Scrolling along the bottom of your screens, folks, just in case you don't notice when you ask in a minute. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a strong team. He's taking it seriously. But I always thought he would, really. There's some first teamers in there and there's some experienced reserves. Let's put it that way. A Gerd, I understand that. I do understand that because he's getting better with every game. And he's not going to be at full firing pace yet, is he? So I would imagine he benefits, because otherwise it's been 2 weeks out, which is probably not what you want for somebody trying to get back up to match fitness. So that sort of makes sense there. Kehrer makes absolute sense. Obviously, it's going to be Johnson at right.
It's possible that Kehrer will be right wing back and Johnson will play right centre back. I'm assuming Johnson's right wing back and Kehrer will be in the back three.
Yeah. Fair point. Soucek in there. But then again, he looks like he's resting his first choice too. So that means probably for the Newcastle game, he's going to play Paqueta and Declan Rice, and then our new exciting attacking midfielder, whoever we're about to sign tomorrow, obviously.
I would have liked to have seen Lanzini in here. I'll be honest with you. Lanzini's the one about. At the end of the day, it's what we expected. It's what I would call the Conference League side. You know, it's the rotating, keeping one or two players out the first 11, strong enough that you expect to win the game. The reality is, and this is a League One side. I know they're in good form, but it's still a League One side at the end of the day. That team should be capable of winning. Simple as that. It has to be, right?
Yeah.
You know, it absolutely has to be. That team should be winning tonight. If the attitude's right and the tactics are right, that team will be good enough to win tonight's game. You can question whether those two things are correct or not. We will have to wait and see. We don't know. We can only go by the 11 we started. It's a strong 11. I get why he's not risking one or two players that are on the bench, but they are on the bench in case we need them. Actually, let's just jump straight to the bench then, because obviously I'm conscious.
I'm already sat down, Geo, to be fair.
Well, I'm about to say, you might as well bring your boots. Everybody else has been sold. But I'm conscious that the draw's in 10, 15 minutes. So the bench for West Ham this evening looks like Fabianski, as well as Soufal and Kraswell. We've also got Lang on there, as well as Declan Rice, Manuel Lanzini, Lucas Paqueta, Said Benrahma, and we've also got Mubama on the bench as well.
I mean, he's taking it seriously. Those that aren't going to feature, or that will feature against Newcastle on the bench anyway, aren't they, really? And it looks like Maxwell Cornet didn't impress too much in training or didn't walk through the door today, by the looks of things. Yeah, you know, we should have enough there. Nice to see a couple of youngsters on the bench before we get rid of them tomorrow as well, which is really nice.
Yeah. I agree. The bench is there. It's good. If we are looking comfortable, there's a couple of subs on there that you can use to give them experience. Mubama can get on. I doubt Ling would get onto the pitch, but Mubama certainly would be nice to get on. But at the same time, if we're struggling, we need a goal. You've got Benrahma, you've got Rice, you've got Paqueta on there to strengthen the team as well. So you've got both sides of it. Just to confirm, you're allowing 9 players on the bench. We've got all 9 players on the bench. He hasn't got any vacant spots or anything like that. It is a full bench for West Ham, and a very experienced one as well. Like you said, a couple of youngsters, but still a very experienced and strong bench for West Ham tonight. Would you like to know the Derby team?
Definitely, yes, please.
Interesting to see how serious they're taking it as well, to be honest with you, given they're in contention for promotion.
Yeah.
The Derby team this evening looks like they've got Will Smith in goal, in no order. So this is not in positional order. Blame the Derby geezer that does the graphics, because he's not put in order. Neither's Charlie. Charlie's done it I'm looking there on the ticker. Charlie's done it as the media team's done it, because they've got Curtis Davies second last, and he's definitely not playing up front. There you go. Charlie's trying to locate it. So there you go. Craig Forsyth, who's been playing centre-back recently, is in the team, as well as Conor Hurian, who usually plays centre midfield. They've got Burke Hewson in there, who I'm not too familiar with. Max Bird, who's a centre midfielder. James Collins, who is a striker, is starting for Derby tonight, as well as Mendes Lang, who plays right wing. Connie Smith, who's a right back, starts for Derby, as well as Hayden Roberts, unfamiliar with, and Curtis Davies, who is a centre back, and then Jason Knight, who usually plays sort of attacking midfielder. So there you go, Charlie. You just got to work out who's left back, who's left wing, and that's the rest of your team done.
I'm liking Will Smith. I got to say, this is a good one. I like that. Very Hollywood.
There you go. The bench, very quickly for Derby tonight, is Loach, Rooney, Stearman, Cashin, Robinson, Thompson, Springett, Dobbin, and Brown. Some good old traditional names.
We don't have that on the ticker tape yet, do we? I need to look into the whites of their eyes before I do the phrase that pays. And I noticed a little sneaky name in that last substitutes bench. It may even knock Will Smith off of the phrase that pays. Actually, I heard one in there.
There's only one or two players I know is missing. McGoldrick is missing from Derby, but it seems like quite a strong team going by them. I don't know, like I said, I don't know who their left back is usually, so I couldn't tell you if it's their first choice left back, but certainly that's 3 of the starting back 11. Their back 4, that's 3 of the starting players. Their midfield's the same as always. James Collins up front, like I said, would usually be McGoldrick, so that's probably a
well, they got 12 players, mate. They should be strong.
Yes. You like your double barrel name, don't you? Gonzo, before we do the teams, as you know, the draw is in approximately 10 minutes. Is there anyone you're hoping to get in the next round? So here they are. Please excuse the fact that Man United and Man City are in bold. I nicked this screenshot from the Manchester Evening News website, hence why they're in bold. Let me get rid of the... Charlie, can you get rid of the ticker, please? I'm missing a team here. There you
go. Not them. I don't want them. They were hiding. Look.
Who would you like, Gonzo? And live chat as well. Let us know who you would like. I'm going to say Sheffield Wednesday or Bristol City, to be honest. I think I'd like one of those two.
Well, I was hoping for Reading away, really.
Well, you're doing that. I'll have Stoke away then.
Yeah, exactly right. Quite so you should. You've got to be selfish about these things. Who's next coach? They're gone. They're all gone. I don't care. Really,
everybody's wanting a bit of Wrexham.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Everybody's wanting Wrexham with Ryan Reynolds because they also drew with Sheffield United, didn't they? 3-3. So
that'd be good. I like Deadpool.
So you want Wrexham because you like Deadpool?
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I wanted Reading because it's not far. If I can't have Reading, Deadpool United. Wanderers. Are they Wrexham Wanderers or are they Wrexham Rovers, Wrexham United, AFC Wrexham?
It's AFC.
Okay.
Pretty certain it's AFC. Anyway, Gonzo, you've seen the West Ham team. You happy with it?
I love it. No, it's slow, isn't it? But they always are these days, really. I'm disappointed to see Souček in there.
Well, he's got to play at some point. You know what I mean? He's got to.
Okay.
Well, it's either that or what do you do? Just never play him again. You've got to give him an opportunity to get back into form. And I think tonight's one of those ones. It's nice to see Downs playing. I think it's good to see Flynn Downs in there, and I'm pleased to see him in there. This is essentially, I've got a feeling he's testing his back 3 for Newcastle tonight.
Yeah.
With Kurt Zouma injured, I think he's possibly just testing who's going to be replacing Kurt Zouma. So that's why I've got a feeling it'll be Kerr, a right centre back. Not that Derby County is, it's not a fair representation against Derby County is to then go play Newcastle, but I've got a feeling that's what he'll be doing.
Yeah, I think it's a fair shout, and so he should really if he's going to persevere with this formation. Let's just hope we can do something in terms of the right wing back if that's how he wants to go. The remainder of the season. I don't blame him. I don't blame him if he wants to. He needs to change something. I've been looking for him to do so for quite some time, and I think it does give us decent control in the centre of the pitch as well when we play with this. So, yeah, I'm pleased, really pleased. Downs is playing, but it's just lack pace wide, really, which is the slight worry. You do want a bit of that when you're playing like this. So, but it's another chance for Antonio to he's to be fair, his form has been picking up. So either to increase his form to play well for us for the remainder of the season, or we get someone else in to put him a bit more in the shop window for a deadline day move elsewhere. But I would imagine if he was moving elsewhere, I'm not even being funny about that one. I did mean it, but I'd imagine if he is moving elsewhere, then he probably wouldn't have played tonight.
Interesting. Connor is suggesting that Andre Ayew's apparently wanted by West Ham.
Hold on, we've had him before. I thought it was read it as Jordan to start, but no, Andre Ayew.
Yeah, we've had Andre. I'm pretty sure he's playing in like Saudi Arabia now or something. He's out there now, I think. I'm pretty certain he is.
Honestly,
I don't believe it. I don't.
You made it up, Connor. You made it out. It's been cheeky.
Well, the thing is, Connor wouldn't make it up. That's why I clicked on him. I don't mind quoting Connor because I know Connor wouldn't troll us. That's what.
No, but he might have a little joke. I know, of course, we know Connor. He wouldn't troll, but he would have a little.
So apparently he's a free agent now. I'm sure he was playing in Saudi Arabia for some reason. Well, he said he played in Qatar. It could be Qatar. He's definitely out over there. Finn said he's been released from his contract. All right, so he's a freebie.
I can't. You can't say no words, can you?
He got finished at the World Cup. He got finished at the World Cup. Remember, he took that pen, he missed it, and then he got subbed off at half time, didn't he? In the knockout stages. I can't remember who they were playing.
Those days are gone. Those days are gone. It's up to him where he wants to go and play it. But I mean, what does that say about our scouting system? No, we were looking at Leeds when they got that Notto in. Oh wow, he's good and a young player and all the rest of it. And honestly, it's like he's dusted off. He's found his old Panini books in the loft, David Moyes. He's dusted off some of his old scouting dossiers. Oh, look at this. Look at this one.
There you go. The West Ham bench is on the team. For those asking, there's been a few people asking who's on the bench. It's on your screen right now. So you can have a little gander for yourselves. But don't worry, the big guns are on there. Paqueta's on there. Rice is on there. And Mbama's on there as well. So the big guns are there. I'm looking forward to seeing Emerson tonight, Gonzo. I think he played better against Everton. He's in his best position at left wing back. And if we are going to be playing this three at the back formation for the foreseeable future, which I think we will, especially when you consider our next three Premier League opponents are Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham, then we heavily rely on Emerson here. We need him to start providing, and he did against Everton. I'm going to give him an assist. It was I know Zuma flicked it on and Bowen put it in the back of the net, but it was Emerson that provided the cross, and a few more of them wouldn't go amiss. And this type of, we've paid enough respect to Derby in the preview, right? But this is a League One side. I want to know that we're playing a League One side tonight. It will be difficult, the atmosphere, the occasion. It will be a difficult thing to do, but I want to see a professional performance from us tonight, which is just don't get them a sniff in front of our goal and hopefully get a couple of goals down the other end and just win boring fashion, just win 2-0 comfortably. We move along to Saturday. We do not need a draw. If it is a draw tonight, the replay is penciled in for next Tuesday at the London Stadium. So we would play Newcastle, play Derby on Tuesday night, and then we'd play Chelsea on Saturday should there'd be a draw after 90 minutes. We can't have that. I'm looking at Emerson thinking I need a big performance from him, a real big one, because to some extent, it doesn't matter how well Downs and Souček play. They're probably not going to play against Newcastle. Maybe one of them will, or Fornals.
I think one of them will.
But I say maybe one of them will play. Yeah. But I think Emerson will be playing regardless of how he performs tonight, and we need him to get up and running, get some assists and whatnot out there as well. So is there anyone in particular you're looking forward to seeing? And then we'll turn to the
Downs. I mean, that's a good shout of Emerson. He did well on his last outing. I am Flynn Downs, central midfield, please, Mr. Moyes, if you will. Thank you. That's it. I mean, he would be my standout guy, and of course a Gerd. But that's standard anyway. I'm not even going to have to say that anymore. I want to see a Gerd playing all the time. I think he's a marvelous footballer.
Right, time to see what users said. There's a poll in the live chat letting us know what you think of the lineup. Charlie will be along in a bit to give us the results of that. But time to get your thoughts into the live chat. Could be about the West Ham team, the Derby team, any hopes or worries you may have and how you see tonight going. But no score predictions. We do that in a little bit. Glenn says we struggled against Kidderminster, so he expects Declan to have to come on and save us.
I remember, yeah.
Gareth would like to say Mbama tonight. He's been playing well for the under 21s. We had a couple of goals for him on Friday night against Chelsea. DS says, should Creswell be on the left of a back three against Newcastle? He was creative last season in that position, but he had some stinkers as well.
No, they're really fast, Newcastle. No chance. Don't want to see it.
Will says, no, Ben Rama start. Not tonight, no. I don't know if you're referring to Newcastle one. I think it possibly depends on the performance of one or two tonight. Scott says, watch Kerr in the back three. He will prove all the doubters absolutely wrong. Two things. First of all, people can only judge him on what we've seen. And if that is a right back, that's a right back. Arguably, if he plays well in the back three, that's on the manager for playing him in an incorrect position all this time. Second of all, it's Derby County. He could play man of match tonight. I'm going to take it with a pinch of salt because it's Derby County. Let's see how he does up against Yolenton and then St. Maximum or possibly Anthony Gordon making his debut at St. James's Park. Let's see him up against them. I think you'd have a different one. But I've been keen to see Kerr on the right-hand side of a back three. I think most West Ham fans have, to be honest with you. I think
I think that's fair as well what you said, G. I mean, we've praised him when he's played at right back. I think that's the thing. And then before that, at the very start of the season, when he played in central defence, he played quite well. Played him at right back. Then when he brought him back into central defence, it was in a 2, and he didn't play quite so well. So yeah, I think I've been fair. I think he got praised when he played. Well, everyone was hailing him as a wonderful signing. So I don't think it's like Kerr's come in and just got a load of abuse. I think when he played well, we praised him. I think when he was a bit crap.
Yeah, I think the subscribers as well. I don't think it's. Anyway, Alan says, do you think we'll have more possession tonight or we'll try and contain and counter?
That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it, Alan.
When I spoke to the Derby fan, he was saying they come out the traps quick. He said from kickoff, he said Derby go. He said they're quite direct. He said, but they're really fast and they're very energetic.
And sit back at his then, Woody.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it would be a bit like that. But you know something, it's away from home. If they are going to start fast and bushy-tailed, I think to some extent, trying just to weather the storm a bit for 10 minutes wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. But the problem is how long you wait. But I want to see us. I want to be able to tell we are the Premier League side tonight. I want to see us dominate that possession. Papa says, don't want to see defensive sit back and soak up the pressure, attack the game. Yaba says Agard is back and healthy. Defense has become much better.
I totally agree, Jabba.
Aiden's a bit worried a big player will go off injured.
Hope not.
I mean, with West Ham, I think that's a fair prediction to make, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm all superstitious at the moment. Don't say that.
Danny says this has got a cup shock all over it. He's going for a West Ham win.
Nice glasses, Danny. I do like them.
Hammerhead Hardy says 7 defensive players disappoints me a bit, but if he's trying to work out this formation, I think it's a correct lineup in terms of personnel. Daz, I wants to see a good professional performance. Looking forward to seeing Downs.
Yes, me too, mate.
Cameron wants to see Louis Yao rather than Lang. He must be quite highly rated. Pardon me. Hammer 1999 says, I'm burping. Hammer 1999 says solid back 5 and a decent attack. Lacks pace, but I expect us to have more of the ball. Therefore, a technician like Fornals is required with wing backs providing with.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll be interested to see Johnson there. Well, whoever plays at right wing back. So an opportunity for them, I think. I still would like us to bring one in. Sign one is what I mean. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Would you like to tell Stevie?
Oh, Stevie, he's gone. He's gone to Rotherham, mate. I think it's Rotherham, isn't it?
Yeah, just on loan, though. Just on
loan, but his contract's up at the end of the season. So
no, they've extended it.
Oh, have they? Oh, sorry, they extended it. Then they released him on loan.
Yeah, he had an option of a year's extension, so they triggered it and then loaned him out.
So you'll have to go to Rotherham, Stevie, if you want to see. You still can see him, but you have to go to Rotherham.
Charlie says he just wants to win whichever way it comes. He doesn't really care. Get through and let's try and win this thing. Well, that's just it. You win tonight. What? You're 2 wins away from Wembley. We'll wait and see. Michael Levy Jr. says Moyes can name whatever starting lineup he wants. It's about the intention. Derby start fast. We don't, and we're so negative. First says that Kerr's looked average at best, but I wish he'll come good. Not about his right-sided player, in my opinion. Beaton says Kerr said right-sided centre-back is his best position, so let him prove it.
Great, yeah, see it. We need centre-backs playing well. There's no doubt about that.
A few days ago, we had numerous bids in for central defenders and strikers, yet the silence is deafening about new players. Again, I take that with a pinch of salt because I think it's an easy thing to say, because then technically if you sign one, you go, well, I was right, I told you I had loads of bids in.
Did he say so? I wasn't sure we had bids in for central defenders. I think we've had a bid in for a striker, but I'm not sure about numerous bids for central defenders.
It depends where you read, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Gerrard and Kerr are both capable of defending wide spaces and bringing the ball out from the back. Would have preferred to see Lanzini or Rice in midfield for ball progression over Souček.
Totally. So, very tactical post, that. I like that.
Kerry says, think they'll overrun us in the first half, given we're so slow, and we'll show a bit of class in the second half.
Right too, Kerry.
Ben said he's a bit numb with it all now, fed up of even being angry or frustrated, and just wants change. Harry Parker said Lanzini's going to score an 80th minute, 35-yard beauty. You heard it here first.
Yes, Harry. Yes, I'm going to open up the betting app. Get on that.
Stevie says Kerr will be fine at right centre-back in the back three, out of his depth in the back four, whether right back or centre-back. Why he wants to see us get a win with no injuries.
Yes, Ryan. Quite right too.
Does it go to a replay? Yes, it does. It'll be next Tuesday. Should this be a draw, it goes to next Tuesday. Scott's asking, you think Downs is playing attacking midfield?
I bloody well hope not. Sorry, Scott.
He won't be. It'll be finals.
Yeah.
And Doug says West Ham are after Andre Ayew. So it looks like it is a genuine rumour. Whether it's true or not, it waits to be seen.
It better not be true.
I don't know what the rules are for free agents. You can usually sign them after the window. I assume you still can, but then there's awkward rules around if they had a club prior, though. Sometimes, you know what I mean. If they get released, sometimes they can't sign. I don't know what the rules are in regards to that. So someone will have to more intelligent than me.
Wasn't Ronaldo going to be released from his Saudi Arabian contracts? Didn't you hear that?
No,
I read it. He had a falling out. The manager told him off.
Oh, there's a surprise.
That's right.
Johnny, yes, we will. We will be doing a little bet. I know you were talking about jam competitions, but you've just reminded me we haven't done a bet yet, Gonzo. Bloody hell, I've been.
Well, I hinted at it twice, and then I was sort of thinking maybe he doesn't want to do one, so I'm not going to mention it again.
Oh no, I want to do one.
All right, okay.
What are you fancying? We'll get it done quick.
Okay, right. West Ham win. Thomas Souček goal.
Oh, bloody! You and your bloody Thomas Souček goal.
Well, he's got to do it at some point.
Yeah, right.
You said quick. That's two things quick.
I don't know if Derby get corners, but let's just stick them in for 4 corners, because if we're winning, they're going to be racking up, and if they start fast, then right. We need someone to get booked. Who gets booked a lot? I think if we're playing narrow,
well, Souček to get booked and score a goal.
No, their right back gets booked a lot, but I can't remember his name now. What's his bloody name? Corey Smith.
That's not Will Smith.
Corey Smith. Right, flipping out. 480 quid. 480 quid if this bet wins, right? 4 things to happen. West Ham to win, Thomas Souček to score a goal, Derby to get at least 4 corners, and Corey Smith, their right back, to get booked. 480 quid. Gonzo in
it's there. So it's either cash in or cash out.
Cash in or cash out. Get into the live chat and you're entered, and should the bet win, one of you will win 480 quid. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? I'm hoping Emerson will give Corey Smith a run down that side.
That's the wrong way.
Cash in, there you go.
There you go.
Cash in or cash out. Let's have it. Let's get into the live chat. The draw should be getting underway in a second. Somebody said they was just getting ready to rock and roll, but we've not heard anything since.
The draw. We've forgot about the draw. Forgot about the bet.
I'm all over the place.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's exactly the right phrase, folks. That's exactly the right phrase. 400 smackaroonies.
And while you're all doing that, could I ask you all to please drop a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up? It's completely free. It takes 2 seconds of your time. It doesn't actually do anything to your account. It just helps everyone out. And subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that as well. Like I said, we've got the big show tomorrow night where Big Show's not coming on. We've got a big show.
He's a wrestler.
He's a wrestler, yeah. Charlie would have been happy if Big Show was coming on. Big Show is not coming on, but we do have some big guests in terms of their names rather than stature.
They're not wearing leotards though, probably.
I don't think so. No,
no.
I haven't given them a dress code or anything, but
no, you'd be surprised if somebody turned up on the. Well, if it was a yellow leotard, that'd be fine, wouldn't it?
Right, here we go. Boy says, I'm sure Moyes will know that Derby will be fast out the blocks. Nick says, do you understand Premier League and how many places above Derby? How can you be so negative? You finished 7th last season. You're worried about a team of free transfers in League One.
That's like a virtual telling off, isn't it? We
Yeah,
just had our bum smacked live on a video.
I thought we'd been pretty positive this video so far.
I thought we'd been having a laugh, quite frankly, but there you go.
Maybe not. But where's that post? Where's that post someone wrote saying, remember Kidderminster? Let me go click on that one again and just I'll have to answer. Michael Levy Jr. said, maybe it's a miscommunication. Perhaps Sullivan said, I'm going to buy a new player, so stick him in the starting 11. And Moyes said, are you kidding?
Oh, Michael Levy Jr., voice of an angel.
No, another one. Last time he said that, when David Sullivan said, Moyes, what do you want? And he said signings. He went and signed Danny Ings when Moyes made signings plural. Too many miscommunications. And there was one with Mark Noble. Don't really have a pun for that one, but there was definitely miscommunication with his job. Would you like Charlie or Pringles if you were stuck on a desert island? GP, thank you for the £2 super chat. Much appreciated.
I've got an excellent joke about being stuck on a desert island, but I can't. There's not the time. I can't do it now. It's a little bit rude, if truth be known.
Well, I want to hear it now. What is it?
I'm not going to do it now. It's not. What's the watershed? Like 9 o'clock. It's definitely. It's probably like an 11 p.m. joke. Definitely.
Well, that's disappointing, then, isn't it?
I don't like Pringles, so I'd be Charlie, quite frankly.
To be fair to Moyes, says Lewis, we've been pretty professional in games against lower opposition. Kidderminster aside, the feeling around the ground, feeling around the club is different, though. I think it's going to be tough. If we turn up, if the players turn up with the right attitude, we will win tonight. We will. It's just a bit worried. Mikey says, every time I see Suchek announcing the lineup, make me feel like I've just opened a can of celebrations and found a bounty again. Oi! Oi! Justice for bounty.
We still got no. That's the only thing that's left over in that kitchen from Christmas. Well, yeah, that's it. The bounty's out of the tub. Horrible stuff. Work of the devil.
Well, there you go. Tomorrow night at 11 p.m. we'll get your joke.
No, I'm not sure it's for public consumption. Quite, I don't know. Thank you. This will not be done publicly. I'm afraid, mate.
Adam said he met a kinky girl who wanted him to humiliate her, so he bought him her Spurs shirt.
Yeah,
I've seen worse than that.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
I've seen worse. Yeah, thank you, Yurt, and thank you, Nick. Nick gave us a telling off. You're gonna get a telling off from Nick about bounties in a minute, and I'm gonna agree with him.
I'm doubly unpopular.
I'm going to agree with him.
You've just curried favour with him there. I'm on the naughty step. Oh, not the naughty step. What do you call it again? The place of reflection.
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
Moment of reflection.
Yeah, a moment of self-reflection. Yes, yeah.
There you go. The teams are both back up on the screen for you now, so you can have a little look and see where the Derby team is, as well as the West Ham one. Is the draw happening yet?
I don't know. Maybe it was us that were meant to be doing it. Did we get a gig? Have you checked your emails? Were we meant to be doing it?
I want Rod Stewart doing it. If it ain't Rod Stewart, I ain't interested. I want
It's the second time you've mentioned Rod Stewart to me in the past 2 days.
I love Rod Stewart. Absolutely love him. There's a tribute, and there's like not a tribute act. It's like a musical about Rod Stewart's career, I guess. And I'm not sure whether to go or not. I'm thinking he's
not Scottish, though.
I know he's not Scottish. But either Harrison Ashby, but he still plays for Scotland.
That's true as well, yeah.
Either Scott McTominay, nor is Che Adams. It's half our team isn't Scottish.
Scott McTominay's not Scottish?
No, he's English.
Is he really?
He only plays for Scotland because Sir Alex Ferguson told him to.
Do as you're told.
Scott McTominay basically said, if Sir Alex tells you to do something, you do it. But
he has got a Scottish name.
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't just... That's not part of it. You can qualify if you're born in Scotland, if your parents or grandparents are Scottish, or if Alex Ferguson told you to.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a Scottish grandparent initially, but yes, that was it really.
There's still hope for Gonzo yet.
There's still hope for Geo Gonzo. Anyway, the draw is starting. You can get it on YouTube. I'm not going to load it up because it might. I don't want it to buffer anything and play with the audio and stuff like that. But people keep us up to date. It's on the ITV4, I think I said. I'm sure it's on the One show. So it should be on BBC One, but it's also on the Emirates YouTube channel.
Show.
Yeah, it's on the One show.
Is it? Oh, they're getting.
Do you not remember? What cup was it? I'm sure it was the Carabao Cup, like 2 years ago, the very first round of the Carabao Cup. They did it in Morrison's. Do you not remember? No. I'm 90% sure they did the Carabao Cup draw in Morrison's.
That was a dream. That was a dream. That was.
No, I'm certain they did it.
What's Morrison's What's Morrison's slogan?
I don't know. I don't know, but what do you mean it's not on BBC One? What's not on BBC One? The One show or the One draw?
Show's been discontinued.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
So is it now? Really. If it's on ITV4, is it still called the One Show? Is it called that ITV4 show? Like, what is it? I don't understand. But
he's upset. He's upset that the One Show's no longer.
Hey, look! Here you go, Connor. Thank you. The Carabao Cup first round draw will take place in a London supermarket. It was in Morrison's. Honestly, it was. It was in Morrison's.
My word.
Can you imagine going to do your shopping? They're just standing there like.
That's some prestige, that is. Honestly.
Yeah, just brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, Collingwood said the show's a shambles. I don't know if he's referring to us.
He means the One Show.
Or the One
he's
Show.
Talking about, he must be not this show. This is the good stuff.
Apparently, it is on BBC One. We're getting conflicting information here.
And this is it. Don't shoot the messengers.
Now you're realising how difficult it can be sometimes to wade through transfer rumours when we can't even get the factual information, which is which channel is a draw on, fed back to us.
Geo doesn't even have a telly.
No, I thought in my room I don't. Not in the office. I don't have a TV near. So
there we go. So are we playing then? You bunch of know-it-alls. You do better than us. Let's sit here a bit.
Hang on a minute. Charlie, have you got the draw on?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Oh,
okay, well, we are ball 7. I will say that. West Ham is ball number 7 in the draw. I never clicked that. That must have been Charlie Gonzo that clicked it.
I clicked that.
Okay, well, here's the balls.
I can't unclick it, though. It's gone.
Sorry.
There you go. I've done it now.
Here's the balls numbers for tonight. Number 16 is Leeds United. Southampton have been drawn at home to Luton or Grimsby. Southampton versus Luton.
I'm behind. I'm watching on YouTube.
Thanks, Kerry. She's typing it up for us.
Happy Amaret's going to have to be. Everyone trust Happy. She's the one we trust. Everyone trust Happy.
Come on.
We trust Kerry. That's all right then.
Southampton have just been drawn out of my stream, lads. We're getting there.
It's
an exciting time.
Charlie,
I wonder who they're going to draw.
Charlie's stream's so far behind there in Morrison's.
Yeah. Isn't it everyday shopping or something like that? Isn't that?
They'll have played the fixture by the time Charlie's comes through.
Isn't that the catchphrase for Morrison's? Shopping every day or something like that? I don't know.
No, I don't. It's because Tesco is every little helps.
Tesco's every little helps.
But then Lidl pinched it and said every Lidl helps.
Solid work.
Yeah, it's good, right? I know.
Solid work.
We've got Stoke versus Brighton. Next up is Stoke versus Brighton.
Oh, this is tedious. Why don't I just pull West Ham out the hat? Don't I know we're trying to do a YouTube show here.
I like the fact they've got a bunch of like families on Zoom who support whatever club they pull out, and so they're like number 8 Stoke, and then it cuts to just a bunch of people standing in the kitchen like. It's really
West Ham fan.
I haven't seen him yet.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
They cut to this stream and it's just
imagine. That'd be great. That'd be great. And we're picking out a nose or something. Oh, well, sorry.
So Tottenham Wrexham or Sheffield United will play. Well, I don't know. Hang on a minute. This is conflicting. Wrexham and Sheffield United against Tottenham. But Kelly said Tottenham versus Fulham or something like. What the hell's going on here?
I can tell you now. Dean is correct. I've caught up. Dean is correct.
Okay, so Wrexham or
you've
Sheffield
let us
United
down.
will play Spurs,
This is
while Fulham will play Leeds.
nice.
Wait, what? Kelly's saying Sunderland or Fulham versus. There you go. Sunderland or Fulham will take on Leeds United.
Look, when West Ham gets drawn, the chat will explode, and at that point, we know what's going to happen.
Bristol City against Man City, so that's Man City's out. So Man United are left, so it looks like we've got Man United.
Oh.
I thought
Who's
you
at
said
home?
that's Man City out, as if Bristol City are going to rock up and absolutely
That's right,
obliterate them.
I heard it like that as well.
Completely wrong.
Man United away. We're playing Man United away in the FA Cup.
Oh, my word.
Calm. Good. There we go.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not that fast.
Who was the fan, Charlie? Who was the fan?
Oh, well, let's see. It's literally about to be drawn. Jermaine Genius is fondling some balls.
Of course he is.
Number 7, that is Derby or West Ham. Or it might be a Derby. They might cut to a Derby. They've cut to Derby fans. They've cut to Derby fans. It was a kid and his granddad on Zoom going, yeah. So they're right.
They never seem that passionate about it, going by...
I reckon they're just
Charlie's
employees. I think they're just employees of like the FA or something. They're all just in different offices with just different T-shirts on.
Honestly, probably right. Oh, the Fleetwood Town fans have got one of those advertising boards behind them. The ones they do interviews in front of after games.
Oh wow!
Mate, they've pushed the belt out. Fleetwood.
They've taken the fan to the ground.
They've done something. I'll tell you that much. They've done something.
Actually, they've probably just taken the board to the fan's house. I don't know which one's easier. I don't mind.
Alan's friends, a Man United fan, messaged him saying they've just drawn Derby.
He's probably right. I like it. That's good banter.
Oh well, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's do you know what I mean? Man United are playing well at the minute. By the time that they win the next, Man United in February, Man United have got a game every 3 days. He ain't taking that game serious. Ten Hag ain't taking that serious. He's got European football. He's also got a really good chance of getting Champions League football. That FA Cup will be getting binned off per se, but I'm okay with that. I am okay, actually. I'm okay with that away to Man United.
Talking himself round as well.
I'm more worried about tonight. I'm just more worried about tonight. It's time for score predictions, though. So in the live chat, please get your score predictions and make it obvious which team you are doing to win. So if you put 2-1, for example, I don't know if you mean Derby or West Ham. So can you please make it obvious which one you are going for? Gonzo, can I get any final words from yourself? Plus your score prediction, please.
Yes, very interesting. David Moyes' penultimate game for West Ham tonight. Be interesting to see who plays at right wing back. Be really interesting to see Flynn Downs playing central midfield. Very much like to see Mubama play at some point during this game. I think that'd be pretty good as well. Will be interesting, as someone mentioned earlier, to see a Kidderminster's scenario and see the cavalry coming on to try and rescue things, Declan Rice and Paqueta and everything like that. Hopefully not. But did you say score prediction?
Yes, please.
Oh, don't know what I'm surprised.
It was almost the only thing Geo said.
Yeah, don't talk, just a score prediction. 2-1 Derby.
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know why.
Well, I was just trying to do something a bit different, and I wanted to.
Well, I said that in the preview, so not that different, is it?
I didn't say it in a preview.
No, I did.
All right.
There's quite a lot of Derby wins in the live
no, I
chat.
said replay. I said 1-1 and then a replay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
So you've decided to do the exact same instead.
So there you go. Now, everybody, you've just discovered Gonzo's logic behind score result. What did I say in the preview? This one, I'll just go with that one then.
That sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds like that was whoever said that. Sensible.
Unfortunately, there's definitely not 30,000 people watching, Papa. I think you're looking at the subscriber count.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice, but we don't have 30,000 people watching. Unfortunately, it would be nice.
Well, thank you. It was well intended.
It was. Thank you. He's encouraging people to drop a like on the video. I appreciate that. Up until now, I've been sort of quite pessimistic actually, and worried about the fact that they've got 19 games unbeaten, won the last 6. I had a little look at who they last beat, the last 6 games, and 3 of the teams were like 21st, 23rd, or whatever in the league. So no, I'm gonna say I don't know, because if we win, if we turn up with the right attitude and the tactics are right, we win tonight. I've just got a horrible feeling. I've just got a really horrible feeling. I want a boring game. I want a professional 2-0 victory. A bit like when we beat Brentford in the previous round. It was a boring game, but we won 1-0. It was fine. Cups are all about results. Make sure you're in the next round. I mean, technically we are in the draw for the next round. It's just been done. But make sure your name's in the hat for the next. We've done that part. We're in the Morrison's draw. We're good. But if we win tonight, that'll be 3 wins out of 5 and 1 draw in 2023. And yes, I know the context is we played poorly, we played Brentford reserves and so on and so forth, but it's decent form, it's decent, a little bit of confidence, and I'll take anything at the minute because I'm desperate for positivity. And tonight, if we can get a win, that will be positive. I'll be really, really happy if we win tonight's game, especially if we can leave Rice and Paqueta on the bench for the 90 minutes. If we can see Mubama as well, that would be pleasant. So I'm going to say, for some reason, I'm going to say Derby 1, West Ham 1. I've got a feeling that we're going to...
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm going to switch to your one.
All right, so Charlie, you're going to switch to this side, the 1-1 theory?
I don't really care. I mean, look, it is what it is. We'll just see what happens. I mean, the FA Cup.
Oh, well, you can't say that in a prediction show. It is what it is, and we'll see what happens.
I can.
Right, Moyes.
I can, and I have. Look, let's be real. The FA Cup's the 3rd thing on the priority this year. It's sad because I want to win, and whenever it's in it, it's easy. It's just you go for a win. But like, I just whatever, man. We'll see what happens at this stage. Screw it. What did you say at first, Gonzo? 2-1? Yeah, let's go 2-1. Screw it. No, that was to Derby. I can't be going that negative. 1-1. Screw it. We're going 1-1.
There it is.
There you go. The bet giveaway. If the bet wins, £480 cash. We need West Ham to win. We need Thomas Tuchel to score a goal. We need Collie Smith, their right back, to get booked. And we need Derby to have a minimum of 4 corners in the game. Just that, Johnny, thank you for the 179 super chat.
What's your favourite conserve?
I do like Hartley's seedless raspberry jam.
There it is.
They used to do Hartley's best. That's gone now. Don't get it anymore.
The standard.
There's a standard, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I don't notice a difference. So I think that bet. I'm not claiming Hartley scammed me with the whole best thing, right?
I think you should.
But I'm feeling scammed. That's all I'm going to say, right?
This feels like a Tartan Geo video.
Boys,
there was one. Let's get it going.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? If it tastes like normal Hartley's jam and looks like normal Hartley's, it's probably just normal Hartley's jam, just with a different sticker. So I've been paying an extra, like, I don't know, whatever it is, 30p or something in a jar, just for an extra, for a different sticker on my jar.
I like the fact that your assumption here is that they've somehow screwed you, and not that your palate isn't so well refined that you can, differentiate these jams.
Charlie, I can differentiate the difference on my toast.
You're very negative, very jar half full there, Gio.
Anyway, right, we're going to disappear. Charlie's here till full time, though, so don't go everywhere. Anyway, I'll keep him company. I'll be back at half time for a chin wag with him. I'll catch you then.
Cheers, guys. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. How are we all? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. It's FA Cup day. Usually a day that's very exciting. Like I said, unfortunately, it's one of those ones where West Ham are West Ham at the moment. But that doesn't mean we can't go forward and get a win in which we can parlay some momentum. That's the hope, anyway. That's the dream. Pride Park is the venue. It's West Ham versus Derby County. Winner goes on to face Manchester United away. Not the most vibey of draws, but we've got a game ahead of us. Let's see how you're all feeling about it, though. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? Do let me know in the live chat. Hello, everyone. I hope you're well. Just looking at the chat. Hello. Good to see you, Disabled Team. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to Disabled Team. Great videos. And also, thank you for backing my beef yesterday. If anyone saw that, if anyone heard me phone into Claret and Booze yesterday, I apologise for causing World War III. It's the way these things go sometimes. It's the way these things go sometimes. The lineups are going along the bottom of the screen. We've got about 15 minutes until kickoff, but I will just run through them quickly. Mainly, I'm not going to lie, because it's open, and I feel like because it's been opened, that I should at least try and do that. And so the lineups are as such in graphic form. Isn't that very exciting? West Ham lineup as such: Areola in goal with Johnson, Kera, Ogbonna, Aged, Emerson, Souček, Downs, Fornals, Antonio, and Bowen. It looks like the exact same formation we played in the win against Everton. I would suspect that will be our formation for the next couple of games, at least while David Moyes is here. Areola starting is, listen, that's exciting enough, isn't it? If we're being honest about it, that's something that's different. I would suspect Johnson at right wing back. I know they were just discussing it, but if it's not, then I would seriously question the judgment of the West Ham coaching staff with Emerson at left wing back three. You've got Souček and Downs in the middle. Not very dynamic midfield too, but we'll see how that ends up playing out. It's a very, I'm not gonna lie, it's a very defensive thing. I know I'm usually the person who defends a 5/3 at the back for not being too defensive, and I do stick by that as a vibe. But however, I am saying when you have a midfield two of Souček and Downs, you are lacking a little bit of inventivity in the middle. And obviously we're putting a lot of pressure on Emerson there, to be fair. But you know, the Antonio and Bowen specifically, Fornals you can include in there, but Antonio and Bowen specifically were looking good against Everton. They were two of the biggest bright spots. The back three was looking good. Hopefully we can get some more of that in this. Fabianski in goal. On the bench with Soufal, Cresswell, Liang, the defender who came on in one of the previous rounds, I think. Rice, Lanzini, Paqueta, Benrahma, and Mubama. Let's look at some of these numbers while we're here. 6'4", 2'7", 6.9, 7.54, 8'0". Have you got any bells? I do have bells, Harry. Bells are available. Okay, they are available. They're in the fridge currently. I think there's like 2 or 3. But bells are available. Bells are available. If we feel like that is needed, then we can certainly get on that. 7, 8. It's sort of a mixture of confidence levels today. That's an interesting question, Woody. Would I? Probably not, but they'd probably be on their phones anyway, so maybe they would know. Oh, maybe you would say it. Maybe you say it. Look, this is the draw, but we have to concentrate on the game today and put it over. I guess that's the way you do it. I don't know. That's an interesting question that I'm trying to have a little deep about there. A very interesting question. I was watching. Then you saw. I apologise for World War 3. I apologise for World War 3. Evening, Trouty. Hope you're well. 7 without Ed, 10 with Ed. Ed, if Ed is here, then I'm feeling the vibes. Natal, good to see you. 8. Rankle, not quite. 8 for me. FA Cup is all about upsets, and I reckon we can get one here. That's the vibe. Come on, Alan. That's the vibe. I'm not bad, Ryan. I'm not bad. I'm finally starting to feel a little bit better, which is nice. Let's look at the Derby lineup. This is in no particular order. Wildsmith is the goalkeeper. Smith is probably the right back, it looked like in my research, and that's, I'll be honest with you, all I could be fussed with. They also have Craig Forsyth, who I believe is a centre-back, Conor Hurahan, who I believe is a defensive sort of central midfielder, Bart Quizzen, who I believe is a winger, Max Bird, no clue, James Collins, not that one, Mendes Liang, I know the name, but I can't remember where he plays, Smith, the right back, Hayden Roberts is on the pitch, Curtis Davis is the captain, centre-back extraordinaire, good guy to be fair, and Jason Knight, who Geo said apparently plays like a number 10 kind of attacking midfielder. On the bench, we have Scott Loach, who seems to have been there forever. You've got Jake Rooney, who is, of course, related to Wayne. That's not a joke, just actually is. Richard Stearman, former centre-back for Wolves. You have Cashin, no clue. Robinson, no clue. Thompson, no clue. Spriggett, nice name, no clue. Dobbin, not sure. And Brown, no clue. That's my knowledge of Derby. I apologise if you're a Derby County fan for my ignorance. That's just the way these things go sometimes. I'm a bit of a numpty when it comes to these things. I wish I knew more. I usually would put in more effort and try to research it more. I've just been incredibly busy. It is what it is, Richie. I actually genuinely don't mind. I just wanted to apologise again for causing World War 3 because it was wild. Is that not the dream everyone has, Alan? Does everyone not dream of starting against Derby away? Lee, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. Steve, good to see you from Rhodes. Only feeling the 5 tonight. Did we get Manu out? Basically. If you, like Steve, are not in the UK, there are definitely ways you can watch it. Remember, if you are in the UK, it's live on ITV4. I will be slightly behind you. I have a timer up here to show you just how far behind I am, because when you watch ITV on the ITV player online, it's just delayed. We saw that with the draw a couple of minutes ago. Don't know why, don't understand how that's a thing, and yet somehow it is. So if you are looking for a way to see how far behind you I am, there will be a timer in the top corner. However, if you are, like I said, abroad like Steve is, there are definitely ways you can check out the match. I would implore you to scroll down in the description below where there's a bit called Join Our Discord. Completely free, lovely Hammers chat, West Ham community, fans of all clubs welcome to chat amongst themselves there. But more importantly, on the left-hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links, which will find what you're looking for. There we go. Let's play a bit of sub bingo. We've got about 10 minutes till kickoff. Let's get some sub bingo going. Let's find the bench. Here it is. This is the West Ham bench. All you have to do is let me know when minutes you think the West Ham sub will be made. When will David Moyes make his first substitution? You don't have to tell me the player, although I have included him along the bottom if you wanted to add that little bit of extra spice. But let's see how accurate we can get. Scott Venn, my friends, I did not know it was your birthday. I haven't checked the group chat today. I assume it would be in there. Happy birthday. Super chef indeed. I hope you're having a grand old day, bro. You still off? You still off work as well? I know you're off work. Is that why you're off work? If so, vibey. I hope you're having a grand old time, bro. If you haven't already, wish Scott Venn a happy birthday. He's a good lad. He's a very good lad. It's nice. It's nice. Do you know what I mean? I was getting sick of the snow as well. It's not warm in London, but it's obviously we're not getting snowed in. The connection's not as poor. It's always good times, Dean. Do you know what I mean? It's always good times. As you're a West Ham fan, a big one. If you were David Moyes, would you sign more players in this winter transfer window? Yeah, I would, Harry. Yeah, I don't think we need much, but I think wing backs are a huge problem for us. And if we are going to play this 3 at the back system, which we seem to be doing, we've done it today, we did it against Everton, we've done it a couple of other times. Wing backs are a notable problem. I think Emerson will do, although I'm not particularly enthused by him. I think Cresswell will do. I think Johnson is not a wing back. I think Sufal isn't a wing back, although he played well in his previous games. I think wing backs are a big issue for us. And if we're going to go forward with this 3 at the back, under David Moyes, under anyone else, I think that is something we need to address. And so I would personally, I think that's where I would be looking. Yeah, it's just annoying, isn't it? It's just annoying. What can you do? That's the way these things go. 89 minutes says Hazard. 68th minute says the birthday boy. 90 minutes, 69 minutes, 65, 77 says Willie. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're good there. 81st minute says Fee. 77th minute with Ben Rama coming on. 66th minute. First sub Mubama. 78th minute. Ooh. Hope he gets on today. I do hope he gets on today. 89th minute. Good work. I can respect it. I didn't put 2 and 2 together and thought that's why you'd be taking time off. I just thought you wanted to fight, but I can respect it. 70th, 68, 94th. First minute, Ariel for Fabianski. Vibes. David, good to see you. I hope you're feeling better as well, bro. Hope you're feeling better after... David is going to come on to Spanners very, very soon. And I'm very excited for it. But I hope you're well, David. Hope you're well. Hope you've recovered. Keep scrolling. 84th minute. Benny says Dave Ben in a very stressful substitution. 65 minutes says English Yardy. Darren's going for 12 minutes. Antonio hamstring. Just our luck. Pretty much. Can't lie about it. 72nd minute, 68th minute, 69 minutes Lanzini with Bama for Antonio. 88th minute, 79 minutes says GP. I would love to see bold, and potentially accurate with the way we're getting rid of our youth players. Maybe that's what we're doing. Putting him in the shop window. Him and Liang, seeing what happens. I would love to see Mubama get game time. I'd quite like to see Liang get game time as well, just because I want to see youth players. But Mubama specifically, I think he's the one for me looking at that bench who I would love to see come on. I mean, obviously, I would like to see, Paqueta and Rice and people like that play. Lanzini could be beneficial, could get some game time today, which would be good for him. Ben Rama could be really effective if he came off the bench today. But Bama's the one, really. That's wild, Sean. Is this true? Is this true? If so, I'm gonna have to rally the troops of North Idaho. We're gonna have to go down to a local council meeting and put some just say some words. Just have some words about this. I would love to see him play, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You've had a mare there. You can go to you had a mare there. Although, you know, it is what it is. Oh, just seen a goal that Max Bird scored in a previous round. An absolute screamer. Still. 6 minutes left until the game kicks off. You've seen the teams. We've discussed substitutions. Probably accurate. I didn't say what my sub would be. I said I wanted to see Mubama, but what would I say it would be? It's going to be, yeah, Souček off, Lanzini on. That's my bet. Souček off, Lanzini on. We'll go over the 69 minutes as per. You gotta. 5 minutes now until kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already, I would implore you to hit the subscribe button. Of course, we do watch-alongs every single game without fail. We are here. We did one every single year. We did one every single game. Last season, we did a watch-along for every single one. One was a bit tight, but we were there, and that's the important thing. On top of that, of course, we have only missed 2 since we started doing watch-alongs in general. So you can tell that we're going to be here, and if you're ever looking for a place to hang out, chat about the game, like-minded people, find some links to the games in the Discord, you know, we will be here. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, including the transfer deadline date show tomorrow. Of course, tonight is all about the FA Cup fixture with Derby, but tomorrow is transfer deadline day. That window is slamming shut, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to creak its way downwards. And at some point, it will complete its journey tomorrow night at 11 p.m. So, from 9 p.m., we will be live on the channel. Geo, as he's teased there, he's teased that there's some people coming on. He's teased a name that might rhyme with Dismacadusi. He's teased some people, and I would highly recommend you come back and check it out, because if some of these people come off, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a banging time. I'll be there, unfortunately. My co-host Ray from the Two Spanish podcast will be there, fortunately, and as will Michael Levy Jr., who is in the chat, will be joining us, which is very exciting for our little portion of it. So there's lots going on, so make sure to come back and like the video. Like the video while you're down there, because it helps us out massively. I cannot stress how much it helps us. It's actually a surprisingly large amount. 385 likes already. We're playing with house money already. What a time to be alive. Let's have a look at the end of that poll. We asked, how do you feel about the starting 11s when they first came out? Almost 1,000 people have voted, which is the most we've ever got on one of those polls. Did go on for significantly longer than usual. However, almost 1,000 people voted. 5% of people said they were fuming. 12% of people said they were very happy. 17% said it's poor. 66% went, yeah, it's all right. Which is about the usual average, although seeing it's poor above very happy, you know, a little bit in and a little bit more fuming. We'll see how that one goes out. But that was a close one. That's interesting. You don't usually get those. As the teams have come out onto the pitch, I will ask you now, you have seen the lineups. We have discussed substitutions. We've spoken about the importance of the cup, where it lies in terms of the whole shebang. We've talked about it for, if anything, frankly, too long. Now is the time to make your final score predictions and lock those bad boys in. Ladies and gentlemen, lob your score predictions in the chat, and we'll be running through them as the teams line up for an FA Cup game. Sorry, something weird was going on my screen. For an FA Cup fixture, Pride Park is the location. Derby versus West Ham. Clips, good to see you, my friend. The wonderful wing play from Tariq Sadiq. Let's go. Whipped into Charlie. Listen, what a guy he was, you know. I think we had to put more respect on his name as a character. You'll be pleased to know, and by you'll be pleased to know, I mean no one will be pleased to know. Next week, I have a Waterloo Road video coming. I hope next week. Maybe I might not get time to finish it, but I'm hoping it will be done next week. We'll see. Let's have a look at some of these score predictions, shall we? And there is the guest for the show, Michael Levy Jr. Bowen off 65 minutes for Yarmolenko. Seymour is I can live in the past too. Fair. I didn't actually read that before I clicked on it because I trusted Mike. I respect it. If there isn't one in there yet, Daniel, don't worry. There should be one in there either just before or just after kickoff, give or take about 5 minutes, we hope. But it should be in there soon. The Discord people, they work very hard. You know, there's lots of stuff going on and for nothing. So Right. Scrolling. We're looking for where the score predictions start. Warriors just all right. That's the thing. You're not wrong. Probably did he score? Did Lee? Well, the Leeds went through, didn't they? They scored in he scored in the previous round. That's what it was, wasn't it? Glad for him. I hope he does well there. 4-0 Derby, says Irons. Stress. 3-1 to us. 2-0 to us. 2-0. 3-1 to Derby. 2-1 West Ham. My heart says 3-1 West Ham. My head says 1-0 Derby. 4-2 to the boys, says Benny. 3-1, 4-1. 4-1 says West Ham. 4-1 to West Ham, says Crocodile Fish. Apologies, Crocodile. That's disgraceful from me. 4-0 to the Hammers, says Vince Cooper. 3-2 to Derby, says John McMahon. Related, I can only assume, to Shane. Score vibes, Ian. Very much vibes. 2-1 to Derby, says Ashley. 1-0 squeaky bum time. Hammers win, says Michael. I take that. I can't lie. Ismar says 2-0 to Derby. 2-1 loss. Our goal will be a feeble consolation goal. Stress. 2-1 win, says Celtic. 2-1 says Wes. Hopefully it'll be finished. If not, it'll be the week after. But I mean, it's out of date at this point, but, you know, it's happening. 2-1 to the Hammers in a nail biter, says Just a Yank. Hey, Lux, if you're looking for a way to watch the game, my friend, there are definitely ways you can do it. It is, of course, live on the UK on ITV4. However, if you're not able to watch that for whatever reason, there are definitely places you can go and have a look. Game on the verge of kicking off, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be, I think, West Ham to kick off. Thank you very much, Woody. Appreciate it. If you're only here for the build-up show and all of that good stuff, I appreciate it massively. Of course, we'll be live throughout the entirety of the game. Geo will be back at halftime if you want to listen to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. We're at 400 likes, bloody hell. Gio will be back at halftime, so if you want to hear what someone who actually knows what they're talking about, talk about the game. And then, of course, live all the way through the second half until full time, where there'll be a live review just after. However, we are live, kicked off at Pride Park, Derby County versus West Ham United. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. Big plays indeed. The timer in the top corner is accurate to where I'm at, so if you're wondering how far behind / ahead of you I am, you can have a gander. And let's see how this game plays out. Let's see how this game plays out. Oh, it's a long ball over top early for Derby. Pulled back across, and I'll tell you what, Agard gets in there. Souček with a second diving challenge. Jesus Christ, that was incredibly scary very quickly from West Ham. Derby went flying forward. Long ball down the left-hand side over the top. Thankfully, when the ball gets played across from their number 7, who I think is that... Bart Huizen guy is what I'm going to say. When he pulled it back across, Agard was the first one there to get there. But it looks like it's going to be a constant stress. Tito Kara cutting that one out better. It does look like Ben Johnson is at right wing back for the avoidance of any doubt. It looks like it's going to be Kara at right centre back with Ogbonna centre back and Agard left centre back, which is good. Emerson right wing back, obviously. When you talk about that midfield 2 makeup of Souček and Downs is on the left hand side. Souček is on the right. And then obviously you have Bowen on the left. On the right. Fornals on the left, and Antonio down the middle. I'm not watching it on TV. I'm watching it through the ITV player online because I don't have a TV to make it work in the room, like Geo, for example. I just don't have that. So I watch on the ITV player on my second monitor on my computer. And that's why it's so behind, because when you watch online on ITV player or on iPlayer, or not ITV iPlayer, on ITV player or BBC iPlayer or anything like that, it's always behind. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why that works. I feel like we have the technology to work that. I could probably watch one and it'd be quicker, I'm not going to lie. Antonio steam down the right-hand side. Ends up doing what can only be described as Mikel Antonio things. No is the answer. No is the answer. Souček was next to him, and he had options there, Antonio, but he just never looked up. He was staring forward the entire time. I'm not even sure he realised Souček was so close to him on the right-hand side. It doesn't quite work. Keep looking, Haydux, and like I said, there might be some people in general who could maybe help you as well, but keep having a little look. Keep trying out. They should hopefully be there soon. It's obviously one of those ones where it's live on the UK on free television. Well, not free, but on ITV4, so on very, very accessible television. So it's one of those things. where it might not happen sooner rather than later. But yeah, he's very much on a mission to score. He's just head down, head empty, just run. Blinkers fully on. Cannot see anything apart from forward. Listen, if it went in, I'm not going to complain. If you should get a tally in the office. Well, yeah, listen, I would feel so too. My already very low productivity would disappear if that were the case. The Brew Films, except that I don't need an excuse to not be productive, because Jesus Christ, I have 2 screens and access to the internet. It's a beautiful thing. That's a good shout. If you are looking for a place, I can just say, there are places like, Footy Pass and the like that I would recommend you check out if you're looking for one from the Discord, for example. We're playing very deep. I'm not that I'm shocked by this fact, but we are. Oh, there you go. A bit of intel there. You'll have to see it. We are playing very deep early on here, early doors. We are playing very deep. I don't know. I'm not... Trying to hook it forward. Bowen to Mikel Antonio, who's... Yeah, we're very, very deep. We're very, very deep. I mean, from a Derby perspective, that's what you want to do. If you can get the ball forward as far enough as possible, quick enough, then you can sort of avoid West Ham ever getting close to starting to think about pressing you. So if you can get the ball sort of to the halfway line as quickly as possible, which they failed to do this time, and we're back to the goalkeeper, they're now passing it around amongst the defenders, just sort of halfway along. But again, we're not really trying to press them. Then you can just keep us pinned into our own area very, very easily. And so far, that's kind of what's going on. I'm not necessarily saying that's what Derby have... Fornals does well with a tackle and instantly tried to play Mikel Antonio through, who was on his bike going for a run. Doesn't quite work out. I'm not saying that's necessarily Derby have been instructed to do that, but just from their perspective, that's what you should do, because it makes us very, very ineffective. It helps, it basically means we rely on Antonio and Bowen having a game like they did against Everton to do anything. As we pass it all the way back to Areola in the 6-yard box. Hooks it forward looking for Ben Johnson, loses out on the header, and Derby County come away with the ball late all the way back to their goalkeeper. Like I said, I'm usually a defender of the 5/3 at the back system in terms of... I don't particularly enjoy it, but when people say it's defensive, I can push back on that quite vigorously, because it's just not. Like, it can be, but it's not. I can, Judas, my trustworthy friend. There you go. But with the midfield 2 we've got today, with the front 3 we've got, including Fornals, it is quite defensive. It's quite defensive today. I can't lie. Mikel Antonio slows the play down there, finds Ben Johnson, who is... Oh, a little Cruyff turn from Ben Johnson. Okay. Finds Antonio a little bit further ahead on the right-hand side. Have to look around the mic arm. Tries to hook it back across. Doesn't quite work out. It's going to be a throw into West Ham right by the right-hand corner flag. No foul, says the referee, from the tackle from Ogbonna on someone from Derby. I've seen him given, to be fair. Oh, Johnson. Oh, that was awkward from Davis. Flipping heck. Johnson just sort of hoofed the ball in. It dipped quite severely. It bounced in front of Davis, who decides to header it down to his centre-back partner, Forsyth. And then the second time of asking, the goalkeeper comes and collects it. But for a second there, that was bloody terrifying. That was bloody terrifying. I'm enjoying the CEX advertising hoarding with just a nondescript 3D render of a video game controller just sort of floating around. Oh, that's good pressure there from Flynn Downs, and Jared Bowen comes away with the ball. He's got Mikel Antonio to his left. He hits it instead straight into the hands of Wildsmith, the goalkeeper. Straight into the hands. That was poor. That was poor. He plays it forward there. He gets Flynn Downs does well to just pressurise whoever it was. Comes away with the ball, Jared Bowen. He's holding off. He's holding off Mikel Antonio to his right. To his left. Fornals is over there as well, and it just doesn't quite work out at all. Oh, that's a nice turn from. Oh, it was a nice idea from Derby. A little turn in the box almost made it work. Couldn't quite make it work. But that's poor from Jared Bowen. He should have done better there. He should have done better. That was a really good opportunity, and he hits it literally directly at the goalkeeper. Oh, Thomas Souček finds the ball forward to Emerson. He has Mikel Antonio there. Bowen's there. Finds Flynn Downs. Awkward passing around, but passing around nevertheless. Fornals arrives, lays it forward to Emerson. Thomas Souček wide on the left-hand touchline here. Not where you want him in these sort of situations. You want him in the box, getting on the end of headers, not trying to find the cross. Lays it short to Antonio, who hits it. Big block. Back down to Souček, back to Antonio. Oh, that's a nice flick through. Oh, Thomas Souček's there. Headers it to Bowen. Oh, let's go. Let's go. 1-0 West Ham. Jared Bowen gets his third in 2 games. I tell you what, after a slow start and a bit of maybe a bit too deep, lots of reasons to complain. We've put a little bit of something together the last couple of minutes, just got a little bit more into the game, and Jared Bowen gets the goal. I tell you what, let me look at the chat. Yes, I am quite far behind. The ball gets played in. Downs headers it to Souček. Antonio flicks it over the top to Bowen, who leaves it to Thomas Souček, who plays it across beautifully to Jared Bowen, who finishes it well. Goalkeeper gets a touch to it, but Jared Bowen just full stretched, dinks it. Tell you what, the goalkeeper's unlucky there not to do well. Thomas Souček, good work there. I tell you what, good work there. Another set of twins incoming. There we go. I'm happy with that. Souček, it's a good play. I agree. I think that was really good from Souček. Just not panicking, not trying to go for goal, just heading it back down across towards Bowen, who was in a better position, onside, the whole thing. It's a good goal. It's a good goal. We're happy with that. Not happy with the fact the time has stopped. Don't know what's going on there. But we're happy with that. I figured out what the problem was. Yeah, there we go. We're taking out 1-0 to West Ham United. Let's go. We're winning away. How crap must you be? We're winning away is the chant from the away end. They are a League One side. Does have a little bit of the well done Michael Owen, he's 13 about it. But they've been doing really well and we got nothing. So we'll take that. Jared Bowen, he does really well with the control. And then the play to Mikel Antonio was completely behind and all over the shot. "12 minutes in, 1-0, kind of ideal for us, obviously, winning, but does sort of give us the opportunity now to really sit back. really sit back. And just, and just defend this lead. I tell you what, a shout out to Jared Bowen. I mean, looking at it now through the visor of a team who have scored, with that first goal, obviously it felt a little bit, Sorry, with the first shot, it was the shot was disappointing, but the fact he got on the ball and went for it, is a positive. Clearly feeling some confidence, even if the shot was woeful and deserves conversations. But looking good, looking sharp. 2 goals, clearly full of confidence. Now a third. We're taking that. Derby looking for that ball over the top. Again, we should be able to deal with those relatively well. Mikel Antonio going for a turn, and Davis says no. Davis very cleanly said no, and I think, to be fair, he was probably correct. Davis always a player I felt like could have continued playing in the Premier League for longer than he did. And obviously, seemingly a nice guy in real life, smart person. Does a lot for, I think, players union stuff as well, which is all good. But like, yeah, I feel like he could have played longer at the top level if he wanted to, but stayed loyal to Derby. Got a bit of the Liam Cooper about him, although I would say he's not now, but I would have said he was better than Liam Cooper. Oh, that's not a bad ball in from Derby, and thankfully it goes over the top of everyone. But there was a moment that was terrifying there. The ball on the right-hand side finds Mendes Lang, who then just sort of lofts it in towards the towards whoever was on the left-hand side for them. I'm not sure who it was. There's a offside flag in the end. I'm not sure who against. I assume the number 9. Yeah, the number 9, whoever it was who went for it, was offside. Tilo Kehrer completely missing the header, but thankfully it goes over the top of Collins, who is a striker, apparently. Scary times. I'll believe it when I see it, Sean. I'll believe it when I see it. That's my big problem with Kehrer. I mentioned it in the. I sent a shot his way on the video I uploaded yesterday on the main channel about the idea of him playing right back, and I should have expanded. What I meant by that was only him playing right back. I've had a lot of. I've still got faith that he works as a right centre back in a back 3. I've still got faith that he would work very well in that role. That's my hope and my dream. But my big concern, even that, where I'm still trying to be hopeful, Derby are doing quite well here, passing the ball around nicely. Just see how we deal with it. My big concern is that aerial stuff. He's not good in the air at all, and he doesn't seem to have much awareness around him either. I'm thinking specifically of the Marcus Rashford goal from Man United, where I'm not even sure he thinks Marcus Rashford is a real person to this day. The way Marcus Rashford just came in from behind, and Kehrer was completely oblivious to his existence. And it was something he really should have dealt with in a much better fashion. A little bit similar there, a little bit shaky in the air, but we'll see how that ends up playing out. Hopefully not too deeply. Yeah, he just carries on forever. I respect it. I'll be honest with you. I respect it. Like I said, I felt like he could have played for a longer time. Collingwood. I reckon he could have at the top level. Not the top level, but in the Premier League. But he stayed true to Derby for many years right now. He's gone through lots of ups and downs with them. So, I don't know any Derby fans who have spoken to any, but I would suspect they would be very positive about him as a person. Maybe not his as a player. Maybe it's a bit of the Mark Noble, where it's like you feel like maybe he shouldn't start or something now. I don't know. But I suspect if you spoke to him as a person, Pablo Fornal's nice ball to Mikel Antonio. Turn round. No, Mikel. It was difficult to deal with, I'll give him that. But Derby come away with it. We've got a lot of numbers back. Collins makes a nice run, though. As that Huiz player tries to play it across the goal, awkward, and then Mikel Antonio lays it off better that time. Pablo Fornal's looking for options, is forced back to Flynn Downs, where Emerson was as well. He is running on testosterone and something else I can't think of. That's all I've got. Yes, Lewis. Yes. This is what we're talking about, Lewis. When are we selling Antonio soon? I suspect not very soon. I suspect he'll end up leaving on a free eventually. That's how I think he'll end up playing out. I'm surprised Wolves were interested. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised by now. But given the injuries we've got up front, there's no way he's leaving, is there? Like I said, I'd love to see Bubama, but it's just not going to happen on David Moyes. So, yeah. His touch is god-awful. I mean, sometimes it's not. This is the problem. He's such a weird footballer. Sometimes his touch can be... No, his touch is never great. But sometimes his touch can be, all right, you've done that. But then most of the time, he doesn't seem to be able to do anything. Maybe it's a broken clock twice a day type thing, I mean, I've got a decent first touch every so often. Oh, bloody hell, time. He's also not super aware around him, you know. As someone who's who made his name as a dribbly winger who can power past people, he doesn't really have much agility around turning, you know. In that scenario, he collected the ball and then just laid it off backwards. And there's been a couple of examples already in this game where if it's not directly in front of him, he's not going to be able to do something. It's not a player who's always got his head on a swivel, knowing where people are, quick turn, bang, laid a pass off. He's not that. It's very mechanical. Doosh, 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 you know, it's very mechanically, I was going to say inspired. That's not really a phrase. Come on, Squirrel. Welcome back. Let's go. None of that. We don't need that today. It's football on. You know? You know? Has Antonio been linked to Everton? I missed that. I saw the Johnson one, but I didn't see the Antonio one. Is that true? Good luck if that is true. Antonio's the perfect impact sub. Yeah, that's 100% what I was saying, Lewis. I was saying this on Claret Bruges yesterday. Like, he's such a good player to have around in the squad when he wants to be in the squad, which apparently at the moment he doesn't seem to want to be in the squad. But when he wants to be in the squad, he's a perfect player to have in and a great impact sub. I'm sort of at the point where I was saying the same thing about Andy Carroll towards the last 3 or 4 years of his time with us, or 3 years of his time with us. He's such a good impact sub to have. Just, you can't rely on him. You just can't. You can't. There you go. Oh, bit of Screwfix. I tried to think of the advert for Screwfix as well. No, gone. Don't remember. Derby playing through the lines here, trying to find their way forward. They do manage to get into the box. Around Emerson, a bit easy. The ball comes across. It was cleared away. Not very well. Shot from Rage from Hurahan. It was bold. It was bold from Conor Hurahan. Tried to go with a big old swing. And it doesn't quite work out. It was well done by Mendes Liang again, who picks up the ball. I think it was Mendes Liang. It was whoever's on the right at that point. Maybe it was Smith. But a couple of step overs after a nice bit of play, and they found their way into the box. Derby, they end up trying to play it along the ground, which wasn't the right option, I'll be honest. It was just hoofed away, but Hurahan, who collects it about 30 yards from goal, goes for a big time banger, and it does not come off. It does not come off. Apparently he will get picked up, because if teams are interested, Wolves are interested, then it will be, but I'm not I don't know why. I don't know why. I apologise. The tiredness is overcoming very quickly. He very much does. He very much does, Artel. Everton paid 40 mil for Conor Gallagher. I saw that. I like Conor Gallagher, right? I think he's a decent player, but I think their midfield's one of the few things they've got going on. I was talking about this on the watch along. I felt like they have a nice little bit of balance there. So I'm surprised by that. Emerson trying to pass his way forward, trying to power his way forward. Smith takes him down. That'll be a free kick to us on the touchline, wide on the left-hand side, about 35 yards away from goal, something like that. It's going to be a yellow card for Smith. Don't know. Emerson's still down. He looks... I thought he'd be fine. It didn't look that deep, I'll be honest. Yeah, just a little bit of studs on the back of the heel. He doesn't mean it. It's nothing that deep. It's nothing purposeful there. And a yellow card is maybe harsh. I understand it, but he does... I only say harsh because... I'll be honest, I don't think he meant it. It's just one of those things that happens, and it's early on in the game, but you know. Minty, you can watch on ITV4. However, if you don't have access to that for whatever reason, maybe you're outside the UK or something else, there are definitely ways you can find it, my friend. Feel the rhythm, feel the ride, etc., 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 etc. What would Antonio be worth in current age form? 10 to 15 mil? I would be shocked if it was anything. I would be shocked if it was 10 million. I'll say that. 10 million? Oh my god, it's happening again. My god, I apologize. I'm so tired for some reason. I don't know where it's come from. I feel like let's not forget Antonio's Winfest. I agree with that. I think realistically, if you're looking at his tarot varies in levels of badness, is a beautiful. I was just reading that as I was saying it. 111, and that is just a beautiful turn of phrase. But it's not completely tough. There's a half chance one of our attacks won't immediately break down. You're not wrong. I feel like if you're getting close to 10 million, you probably have to take it. To be honest with you, he's old. He's not old, but he's on the wrong side of the 30 for a footballer, especially a striker whose game is based entirely on his movement. He is Barkwizing, or however you pronounce his name, has gone down flying very theatrically there. He's not that good technically. I feel like 10 million is a stretch, especially with the length of his contract left. But that's what you have to ask yourself: is 10 million worth it for Mikel Antonio? For us, for what he brings to us, I would argue probably not. But also at the same time, if you are able to replace him, you should. But yeah, I don't know. Big ball from not Everton, sorry. Derby from the resulting. Free kick goes straight through. Forsyth can't quite get any sort of significant header on it. Hits off him last. It goes out for a goal kick. Sharky with the £2. Thank you very much, Sharky. It's very kind of you. It's the full-time fund. We massively appreciate it. What are your thoughts on the Royal Rumble? I'll keep this short for everyone else. But I don't know what's wrong with Paul. I don't know what's wrong. I might have to have some caffeine after this. That's a problem. I don't know what's wrong. Anyway, Rumble. I think it's one of those shows where everyone will remember the end and not much else about it. I thought if you look outside of the Rumbles for a second, I thought Bray's match was absolutely... I don't even know what the hell that was. The actual match itself was fine. It was pointless, but it was fine, I guess. And then the bit after it was hilarious, but it was very bad in my opinion. Not very... I just whatever, man. Bray's return has been massively disappointing for me. The women's match... I said before the show, I felt like would be a comfortable win for Bianca, and then that will set up Bliss going a bit further towards Uncle Howdy. That seems to have been the case again. Not really a match we had to see. And then you had the big world title fight, which the match itself was good. I really enjoyed the match. And then that bit after the match is iconic, incredible, brilliant, right? Then you have the two Rumbles. The women's one was decent. It was fine. I think both of them I would describe as fine Rumbles. No one will ever talk about any of them. They both had bright spots, Rhea and Gunther specifically, having great runs from the beginning all the way to the end. Gunther looking more... He's going to be a world champion soon, and I cannot wait. I love that guy. And then obviously the right winners in both in Rhea and Cody, I suspect. So it's interesting, but it won't be remembered for anything apart from that finale. And what they do now with Sammy is a great... I've been saying the entire time this is going to lead to Sammy and Kevin winning the tag titles from the Usos. But God knows at this point, because that reaction to that ending was insane. I haven't heard anything like that in WWE in a long, long time. That is a nice first time pass from Boeing, but just a little bit ahead of Antonio. As I think it was Forsyth who had that one covered. It was Davis had that one covered. Again, it is very, very much. I don't know what the. It was incredible. It was incredible. I was shocked when he jumped, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I don't know what the possession stats are right now. Let's see if I can pull those up actually, as the ball's sort of pinging around in our defensive area with no real... Oh, Gerd comes out of it with no real danger. I'll put it across here so I can just keep an eye, because I'm slightly concerned. But it does feel like this game has been mostly Derby County. It does feel like that way. Who scored? Are you doing percentage stuff? You are. 58% to 42 in terms of in favour of Derby so far. Statistically, so they've had almost 60% possession, so they've had 58%. We've had more shots with 4, and they haven't had a shot on target yet. But it does sort of just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's the West Ham part of my brain. maybe the West Ham part of my brain is deep seeing this a bit too much, but it does feel very much like this is Derby's match at the moment. I don't know. We're doing okay, I guess. We're not doing awfully, but like I said, I felt like the goal would give us the space, and it sort of has done. You know, it sort of has done. Sharky, I need to add your name to the thing. Thank you very much. I completely forgot, my friend. What did you think about it, Sharky, by the way? Let me know. And the wrestling channel will be making a comeback at some point soon. It's just when I have the time. I'm so busy with work at the moment that the idea of it is just an absolute nightmare. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I just don't. Yeah, I know, right? I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they've had 2. We've had 4. We've had 2 shots on target. They haven't had any, according to who scored anyway. According to who scored, I should say. Maybe it's like I said, maybe it's the West Ham part of my brain that's just like deep seeing this match in a way where I'm like expecting us to really dominate them, and we should, but we're just not. But we never dominate. That's not what David Moyes sides do. We've never dominated under David Moyes. You know, it was very rare we've dominated anyway, and this wasn't going to be one of those games. I don't know. Also, bloody hell, that was scary for a second. Thomas Souček put his head where one of the Derby players' foot seemed like it was destined to be. Oh, Antonio does well there. Big claim of handball from the Derby fans, although it was kicked directly at him. I don't know what more you want from him, and I think it looked like it is chest for me, but we'll probably see in the replay. And then instantaneously, the play just slows down. We're so slow and uninventive. Souček. I'll tell you what, he's having a good game tonight. That was a beautiful crossfield diag from Thomas Souček. I didn't know he had it in him. I'm one of Souček's defenders. I did not know he had that kind of diag in him, and that was beautiful. Just spread that one out. Yeah, no, that's not. There's no handball. Nowhere even close to a handball, that one. Yeah, playing it around, we just slow down when we get into those crossing positions and start to play slowly. That's kind of my problem with playing Flynn Downs and Thomas Souček as a 2 together in this system specifically. In a 4-2-3-1, I wouldn't be as opposed to it, but in a 3-4-3, 5-2-3, however you want to word it, right? That's my bigger problem is when you get into those positions and you're forced to pass back and you're looking for that creativity, and you've got Flynn Downs and Thomas Souček, neither of whom have shown particularly great ability to play any sort of incisive progressing passing going on. It's a bit, you know what I mean? Oh, sunny day in Norwich. It was a beautiful thing, Minty, to be fair. It was a beautiful thing, Minty. Like I said, it's very few times. Little bit. Antonio doesn't have the legs, got no sprint speed at all. He hasn't. He used to, but I don't think he does anymore. He's nowhere near as fast as he once was. Haven't seen anything special with Johnson all season. I think towards the beginning of the season when he was being asked to play as a sort of right centre-back, played in from Derby, good catch from Areola. The ball in was lofted, but good work. I think at the beginning of the season, I saw some stuff from him, and there was a period where he was being asked to play centre-back where I was impressed by what he was doing. But I've never... I mean, I've just not... I can't say I've ever... And Leon, this might be harsh, but I can't say I've ever really seen... I can't say I've ever really seen anything from Johnson to denote that he'll be anything more than a sort of very, very average Premier League defensive right back. And when I say very, very average, I'm like a sort of lower mid-table person. I don't know. Great player to have around the squad. I'd be very happy to have the squad for the rest of his career. He's very capable, can play in lots of different positions. Oh, that's not a bad ball up to over the top to Barquez, however you pronounce it. Oh, Collins went for a volley from range. I tell you what, it was a nice idea. It was a bold play. It didn't quite work out. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't say I've ever seen anything more than that, you know? We'll see. Listen, is it ever not? Is it ever not would be my question. I'm very okay with it at all times. At all times. I'm sure I saw something in the chat, but I can't see it now. Sorry, I apologize. Can't find it. Can't find it. Can't remember who said it. Can't even remember what they said. My brain just said, go back to this, Charlie. And then I never went back to it. And now it's gone. And now it is gone. What are we to do? What are we to do? I just realised I'm wearing my Asuka shirt. I didn't even realise that until just now. My girl. Coming back in the Women's Rumble. That was sick. Oh, I just love Asuka, man. She's so good. Anyway. Ball over the top to Bowen. That's not bad. Offside. I don't know who played the ball. I just looked up and saw it. Yeah, that's a nice pass from Mikel Antonio, to be fair to him. But Bowen was very comfortably offside. I'm a Souček apologist in a lot of ways, so I probably shouldn't comment on it. I'm a Souček apologist in a lot of ways, I know that. So I don't think he's anywhere near as bad as people say. I think he definitely has his deficiencies, obviously. I think that's very clear for all to see. But I think the overall game he brings is very good. But like I said, when you look at Souček and Downs, there's not much penetrative passing going on there. Which is why you like that sort of midfield too with, with Paqueta in there and Rice. Not like Rice is that great at either, but he's better than either of these two are. And then you have Paqueta who can actually do it. And then obviously we used to play his formation with Souček in that position, right? And it would be Rice and Souček. But the big difference there was Souček's role was basically solely just get into the box for crossing. But our crossing has disappeared and become the most ineffectual thing in the world for us. So at that point, There was a moment there where we looked like we were about to take a quick throw in on a counter attack, and then we stopped for a little while and then ended up throwing it all the way back from halfway into their area to our own half. So, throw ins as per usual going well. Yeah, we're not a possession team. We're just not at all. We can't. The thing is, we have lots of players who probably could maintain possession, You can't tell me people like Fornals, Paqueta, players like that couldn't comfortably, again, Kera. There are lots of people in this team. Rice, there are lots of people in this team who could be very good possession team, in a possession team, Areola, but we just aren't it. Oh, Souček's just hit a second lovely crossfield diag. And I'll tell you what, he's maybe done more beautiful crossfield diags in this game than I've ever seen from it ever. He's done well though. Like I said, I think he's playing well today. It's just not. It's not. He just kept waiting and waiting and waiting and threw it backwards. It's like, bruv, please. I think he's playing well, Souček, today. It's just like, is he the right person for the right job today? I don't know if that's true. Played in from the corner, bobbled about a bit, and Darby very unconvincingly getting the ball away to Jared Bowen, wide on the right-hand side. He's got Antonio there, begging for it on the touchline, because of course that's where he is. He plays it out. West Ham recycle possession with 15 passes through the defenders, as per usual. You know how these things go. Fornals finds Downs. Back once again from Emerson to Fornals, who's literally the deepest player on the pitch apart from Areola, who he then passes the ball back to just to complete the set. Big hoof from Areola forward to Jared Bowen, who loses out on the header. Thankfully, Tiro Keraka recovers. And that play was awful from West Ham. That was some awful play. That was just crap. That was just fully crap. Oh, Mikel Antonio picks up the ball in a good position. He lays it short to Pablo Fornals, probably the... yeah. And then Antonio somehow goes down in the box as well. Nowhere near the ball. Don't know what's gone on there. Just decided to have a little fall. Fornals battling for it. Can't get there. Antonio battling for it. Does. Good interception. This is nice. Lay it off. To be fair, he lays it off, and we'll take the corner from that situation. Although it was far from convincing or fun or nice to look at. Mikel Antonio does well to pick up the interception, and then see that touch there from Mikel Antonio. Occasionally, he just pulls out one of these touches where you're like, holy hell, how the hell have you managed that? And then the vast majority of the time, he's god-awful. He's god-awful at it. We're going to be a corner, though, left-hand side. 7 minutes left of the first half. That is a god-awful... That was was a bad corner. No wonder Declan Rice is taking them now. And I hate Declan Rice taking corners, but Jesus Christ, that was an awful corner. We still have possession of the ball, but just to give you some idea of how it's gone, Areola's on it. And he's just gone for a huge boot forward, looking for Pablo Fornals, and we win a throw-in. I'll tell you what, fair play. I think Areola's very clearly been told to ping it long into the channels. Ping it long, big boots, looking for the fullbacks, high and advanced in those channels, or either Fornals or Bowen. Our throw-in, by the way, from that situation in a really nice advanced position has gone all the way back into our own half, and we are now passing it around the defenders yet again. And then Ben Johnson passes it off the pitch. Football, ladies and gentlemen. Sell him to Everton. Who cares? That's harsh. I care. Like I said, I'd like him to stay for a long time, but God, Jesus Christ, that was God bloody awful. That was god awful. It's not a bad shout. The thing is we aim for the front post, so we're looking to try and hit our first man. But the problem is we've got no one who's capable of pinging it. I mean, I've seen links today about Hakim Ziyech, which is just an insane thing for us to do. And Jesus Christ, do not do that, West Ham United. I love Hakim Ziyech. I think he's a great footballer, but could not be less the right guy for us in this situation, with this manager, with this just everything. It just doesn't make any sense. But at least we could just get him in on corners and free kicks and just do something, because Jesus Christ, we've got nothing in those areas. Nothing. We try to go for the Thomas Souček just sprang it out with his weak foot this time. He was a little bit behind Everson, but still, he's got sauce today. Oh, that's a nice first time pass. Antonio, I think he felt was off. I think Antonio knew he was offside there, because he seemed to stop all momentum instantaneously. But yeah, I just at least then we'd have someone who could take set pieces to some extent, because we aim for that front corner, that front post in corners, and we have no one who's technically able to put it into an interesting position from there. We're just sort of hoping for the best. Oh, good tackle, Thomas Souček. Thomas Souček's having a game today. Let him cook. Let him bloody cook, bruv. He's found his league one. He's found his double. Let him cook, bruv. He's doing it. I'm sorry, I got very loud and animated there about Thomas Souček. It's very rare I can get excited about a Thomas Souček performance. Today he's doing his bit. It's a nice 1-2 from Derby. They look much more capable going forward in terms of passing it around. Hazen. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll tell you, good work, Emerson. Fair play. The ball out to... Oh, I was going to say to Fornals doesn't quite work out, but Antonio makes it work out. Yeah. Just all over the shop. Souček's he's doing his bit, bro. He's doing his bit. I mean, you know. Bastian Schweinsteiger. Let's go. He did. That's what. Yeah, I think if you asked me, incredibly so. If you'd asked me, like, I want us to get a fullback or wing back specifically in this, that would be my main priority left in this window, would be that position, getting a wing back. And I think if you'd ask me which side, it would probably be right back. Having said that, yeah, no, it'd probably be right back. It would probably be a right wing back. Like, because Emerson, I think, will do for now. It doesn't light my world on fire, but it will do for now. However, we don't have anyone who lights my world on fire at right back in a wing back sense. Although again, Soufal's done well when he's played there recently, but we know from experience that doesn't work. Ben Johnson doesn't work. You know. Josiah Street with the We Are Shambolic, we play like a box of bricks falling down the stairs. Excellent analogy there, Josiah. I can't lie, you've nailed that one. You absolutely nailed that one. Ooh, you do love to see it. You do love to see it. I have some in the fridge. no caffeine in it, so it won't wake me up. Or does it? No, wait. Pepsi Max does have caffeine in it because there's a Pepsi Max no caffeine version, so it must have caffeine in it. There we go. We know what we're doing at halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he does well there to skip past. Oh, he pulls it across. Derby, that was really nicely done. Mendes Lang just coming in again, stepping over. That's the bad parts of Emerson's game, is he's being just drifted past consistently at left wing back. Mikel Antonio trying to find a play. We can move on. Looking in those areas, and he's just being drifted past. Mendes Liang specifically is just finding a space. It's a little bit concerning, and they're finding opportunities, Derby, through that side. We'll see how it goes. He just takes on Emerson twice, a couple of steppers, beats it, and then the ball across. Thankfully, Ogbona's there, but he's dangerous. He's looking dangerous. Ball hooked in from Derby, hooked away from Aged into the path of Mikel Antonio. Just open up. Oh, he does well. He batters. Oh, harsh foul called against Mikel Antonio there. I'm not sure who won. It was just clumsiness. Maybe Bard. Just clumsiness there. I'm not sure, really. There was a foul there, to be honest. I think Mikel Antonio's maybe hard done by, but it is what it is. Laid short out wide. Barkhazen, I think is that how the commentator just said it? Barkhazen? We'll go with Barkhazen. Played out wide to him, wide on the left hand side. He takes on Ben Johnson, cuts on the inside, and before him or Kera can adjust and get to him, he goes for it from range, but he's always leaning back. Wild shot. One minute of extra time, of stoppage time to go in the first half as we stroll our way past the 45 minute. 1-0 at half time is the score. And, fine. I'm not particularly I don't know. I'm not infused by it. It's been fine. I don't think we've been particularly great. I think Derby have fought relatively well. I thought they've probably looked the most dangerous out of the two teams, arguably, I would maybe say, but not that that's saying much because I don't think either team have been lethal in this game by any stretch of the imagination. It's fine. It's okay. There could be several levels stepped up in the second half. I mean, make some specific subs. There is the halftime whistle. Make some specific subs, maybe. Benrahma, Lanzini. I'd like to see Lanzini come on, maybe for Downs. I'll be honest with you, because I think Souček's playing quite well. Whisper it. Shh, don't let the people know, but I think he's playing quite well. So I think realistically, for me, that would maybe be it. Just to try and get a bit more on the board. Try to just get a bit more on him, because right now we're sort of just. There's just not a lot going on for us. And there's not a huge amount going on for Derby, but I guess we'll take that at this stage. But how do you feel? Because Jesus Christ, I don't need to know what I feel. No one does. At least finally I now have a great example of what the opposite of world-class commentary is. Thank you very much, Adam Frankel. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you're having a good day. Speaking of world-class, here comes Geo Mackie. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Charlie. We're winning.
That was, in my opinion, fine.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think professional is how they describe it these days, isn't it? A professional performance.
Sure. I feel like it's just one of those games where, like, I think they're playing all right. I think they're scrapping. I think they're working for it. I think Mendes Lang looks good every time he gets on the ball. It's a bit concerning. He seems capable of taking on. He's not coming anywhere close to finding those final passes, thankfully. And I think us having two massive centre backs and Tilo Kehrer is helping with that situation. But I think we're fine. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of good performers. I think we've had a couple of poor performers. We're managing the occasion.
Who would you put up? Who would you put up? Who would you say were the good and bad performers? I'm interested. Because I'll be honest. I think Souček's been great.
Yeah, Souček and Bowen for me.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think Bowen's looked lively as well, which is good. Who would you put in the bad though? I'm interested there.
Ben Johnson.
Okay, fair.
And I would say Fanals has been ineffective. I would have liked to have seen a bit more from him as well. I think Souček's having a really good game. Souček's benefiting from not having Declan Rice next to him, let's be honest with you. Souček's got a defensive midfielder next to him, which allows him to do the run he does, which leads to our goal. And there was a point where we got a throw in. It was sort of like a loose ball went out for a throw-in almost, and Fanals jogged over to get it. And while he's doing it, Souček was sprinting like a 40-yard sprint and bypassed the Derby defence and everything. But by the time Fanals picked up and turned around, he was marked up a little bit. But it was almost like rolling back the years with Thomas Souček. He's having a great game tonight, a really, really good game. And I'm aware there's a caveat, which is it's only Derby, but I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's because he doesn't have Declan Rice next to him. He's able to go back to his old role, which is get forward and support. But he's putting some good interceptions. He's putting some good passes as well. Doesn't mean I want to see him start at St James's Park on Saturday. No, it does not. But this is why you have a squad, so that you can use players in games like this, in West, Declan Rice and Paqueta for Saturday afternoon. I think he's having a really good game. I think Antonio's working hard. I think he's been quite limited in his ability at times, but we've seen some really nice touches from him, a nice involvement in the goal from him as well. Bowen's playing well, got his goal. Defensively, like you said, causing us a bit of issues down that side, but Gerrard's quite quick, so I'm not really concerned about it too much. But I do think Ben Johnson's been a little bit ropey.
Fair. I shall leave you with the chat, and I shall be back momentarily.
Right, let's see what you're all saying then. Paul says, Johnson looks awful again. Fanal's not great. Antonio so-so. Downs neat and tidy. Souček very good. Adam says, Johnson's been poor. It looks slow and unfit. Michael thinks Antonio's been quality. I think you could go take that 45 minutes of Antonio, and I think you could make a highlights reel making him look like a League One striker and a highlights reel making him look like a Champions League striker. I think there's been moments of brilliance from him, but I also think there's been some sloppy moments from him as well. But overall, I think he's playing quite well. I'm happy with what I've seen from Antonio. Artel says Souček's playing well, feels like he is unchained. Sean would like to see Mubama come on and give the leading line some legs. Russell would like to see Downs passing forward a bit more often. Yes, I did see Johnson. It's what did anyone else at school call that a straightener? Do you know if someone passed the ball to you and you literally just turned around and just kicked in the same direction? It was just like you kicked the ball just stronger. It was like that. He just flicked off the pitch, didn't he? Mercedes says Antonio's leading the line as well as he can, but this is Derby. I agree with all that. Contact says that Downs is looking mustard. Allison's still waiting for Antonio's long throw attempt. Philip said this is Souček's level. He's a League One player. I think that's a bit. I know it's tongue in cheek. Well, I think it's tongue in cheek, Philip, but a bit harsh. Antonio's touch from the air, then spun the Derby defender was fantastic. It was really, really good, weren't it? Ali McCoist was loving it. Michael says Bowen looks good, but do you think he looks a bit heavy? He's always been quite chunky, hasn't he? Bowen. He's a bit like Reece James. Reece James has always looked quite stocky. I think he's always looked like that personally. Dylan says barely any possessions, just depressing. I'm sick of it now. Embarrassed to have supported Moyes up until the Wolves game. Ashamed even. Sean says we're sitting back against a League One side. Celtic's Hammer said this is a League One side. I know, but it's a difficult. I think I'm quite happy with it because it's quite a difficult tie. I was feeling the worst going in tonight. So the fact that we're 1-0 up and Ariola hasn't really had a save to make, I'm all right with that. I'm good. I'm enjoying it. Stevie says, not sure either club is bothered knowing who's next in the cup. I think it's just the cup in general, Stevie. I think it's not just the Man United away thing. I think it's the fact that both teams have bigger priorities this season and it's the league campaign. Alan says it's a professional performance. We're getting the job done, but I'd like to see more control in possession. I can understand that. Chris, with a little bit of context, Antonio's playing against a 38-year-old centre-back. He's not wrong. He's correct. Robert said it's not one yet. That's for sure. That is my worry. It is only just the one. I would like to get another goal. Alex says, good to see Souček playing well. Artel thinks we're playing too much backwards passing, while Scott would like to see McBama coming on, while Alex also thinks that Downs has been good as well. Mike thinks Johnson and Kerr look the weakest part of the team, while Scott's disappointed with finals. Let's see us into the next round for another birthday present. I'm assuming it's your birthday today, Scott, so happy birthday. Johnny says doesn't know what to do about Taylor Kerr. He's not been... That one when he just barged Collins in the back and gave away a free kick is one of them. You just sort of sigh and go, come on. You were hoping for something from Kerr tonight, which increases your confidence for Saturday if he's playing in that back three, not making you worry a bit more. Lewis said a better team would have handled Antonio. The two centre-backs are struggling to deal with him. Zeke says all of Derby's football's been played in front of us. Shots are from a long range. We're comfortable. I think we are as well. I think we are comfortable. James thinks Fornals is terrible and has been for a year. Does he get the Souček treatment? Does he? Hell. Fraser says Fornals should have hit that first time. So frustrating when he checked back and lost it. The difference is, I will say, James, though, is Fornals has been dropped. Whereas I think it's the continuous inclusion of Souček that frustrates a lot of people. In my opinion anyway. Jerry says that Souček's looking okay. Fornals and Johnson are awful. Bronson says Derby are attacking the German international, making him look like he can get into a pub side. Adam thinks Downs has played well, and Dean saying we can only play who you feel. See, I'm a bit like that. I'm trying to just judge the players based on what we've seen for the 45. So I think Antonio's having a good game. Like I said, does that mean I want to see him start against Newcastle if everybody was fit? No, of course it doesn't. Same with Souček. I think Souček's playing well. Doesn't mean I want to see him start on Saturday, but I think he's having a good game. I'm just judging from what I've seen from that first 45. Lewis said we could go up a gear if we really wanted to and take it to them. Derby haven't played as well as I was expecting. I'm a bit like that. I was expecting a bit more from them, so I'm quite relieved that all good. Richard, you're correct. The winners of this tie does play Man United in the next round away to Man United at Old Trafford. Chris says, enjoy this, Geo. We're going to get hiding on Saturday. This game does not change my opinion for Saturday. My opinion for Saturday will not be impacted by tonight's result, whatever it is. Philip says, on a positive, we're winning away, so it can only be good for confidence. If we win this one, just hear me out. If we win this one, that's 3 wins out of 5 in 2023 with just the 1 defeat. I know there's Brentford reserves and their poor Everton team and stuff, but it's good. I'm going to take some positive. Leo, you've not missed much, to be honest with you. A really good goal from West Ham. Jared Bowen scored. It was a really, really nice, well-worked goal, I think. But apart from that, a professional performance is how I would word it, and I'm okay with that. So in a weird way, it's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a comfortable evening. I think it's been a comfortable first half. Scott, happy birthday. Paul says Johnson is awful tonight. Our passing is awful. We should be going for this, not playing so defensive. I've got a feeling that we might see Ben Rama, possibly Lanzini coming on in the second half just to try and add that little bit of quality that we are lacking. Juicy P says Emerson is playing his way into contention. Well, that's his position, isn't it? I think he's playing in his best position. I want to see him make it his own. I'll be honest with you. And now Emerson's playing fine. Don't twist my words here. I was hoping for a bit more. There's been a couple of opportunities. He's got the ball. He's gone one-on-one with his fullback. And it's been quite underwhelming. There's been a couple of crosses. He just sort of like blasts at the defender and it just ricochets. And I want to see more, especially now that the right back's on the booking. I want to see Emerson really going at him, really just trying to take him on, get some early crosses into the box. But what I will say, in fairness to Emerson, there was one point he did look like he was going to cross it, but Antonio gave him the ball. So the only person in the box was Jared Bowen, and he was up against three comfortably taller than him, Derby centre-backs. So it can be a bit frustrating, but I think Emerson's he's playing okay. No, Creswell's not injured. Fraser Creswell is on the bench. I imagine we'll see him tonight at some point. I imagine Moyes has got a couple of subs he's hoping to do. I'm unsure who they might be. Trying to second guess them at this point, but I think the fact that we haven't played for 9 days, we don't play again until Saturday. Is he that urgent to get Aguerd off the pitch and Bowen off the pitch, and is he reluctant to put Rice and Benrahma and Paqueta on? I think we might see one or two of those players coming on, actually, just to really make sure we get through to the next round. Moyes needs this win tonight. We need this win tonight. It's good to see Bowen on the score sheet as well. So but it's good. It's good. Lee says Emerson seems to be lacking pace. He isn't the quickest. He's definitely not the quickest. I think he's okay. I think he's been doing okay tonight as well. Leo would like to see Benrahma and Mubama coming on for a goal tonight. I think Mubama coming on would be nice. I think everybody would look forward to that one. Paul says, do you think Rice playing taking the ball forward better? It's a difficult one. I mean, obviously Rice coming onto the pitch would increase the quality within our team. He's our best player, but like I said, I think Souček's been our best player in that first half, and he's benefiting from Rice not being there. So I would be reluctant to change that midfield pairing, actually. I think Downs and Souček need the minutes. I think the first sub I would make would be probably Benrahma for Fornals, just to give us a bit of an edge in the attacking third. I'd look to get Mubama on for Antonio at some point, and possibly Soufal coming on for Ben Johnson. I just think Ben Johnson's playing poor. He really poor. It's actually quite worrying how bad he's been, to be honest with you. Michael thinks Emerson's been all right, quite composed. Yes, like I said, I think they've been fine. I think he's been fine. I just wanted to see a bit more man match style performance. Non-football's driving Paul insane, slow in the build-up. It is, to be fair, I think that's part of that's tactical at times. That moment I saw when Souček did the run and Fornals had to throw, you could see Flynn Downs just saying to him, just can't stop and just calm down. There's no need to take a quick throw in or anything like that. Lewis says, if we go 2-0 up, would we bring Mubama straight up? Yeah, I would, because whether we like the situation or not, at the minute, Antonio is the striker on Saturday against Newcastle. We've been told Scamacca's had 2 injections. He's having his 3rd injection on Wednesday. Does that make him available? I think even if he's available, I don't think it means he can play 90 minutes, but Antonio will be playing. So it's almost like, well, let's give ourselves the best chance possible for Saturday. That includes taking Antonio off the pitch. So yeah, I would get Mubama on pretty much immediately if we go 2-0 up. So Thunder and Joy says Souček has been top drawer. Completely agreed. Darwin says Kerr needs to be the first sub. Bit of a worry, actually, how poor Kerr has been tonight. Jerry thinks Emerson is doing well down that side. Paul's not too keen on Johnson's performance. Josiah thinks Johnson looks like he's bulked up a bit too much. Michael can't believe Souček is playing like Pirlo. Lambetta also thinks Johnson's been poor. Sean says Mubama's a beast. He's been watching him on the under-21s. He's far too good to not be in and around the first team. Sam says the only worry is their pace on the left side. I think on the right side as well. They're quite direct, actually. They're 2 wingers. They don't mind running at our fullback or wing backs and centre backs. So, yeah.
Final thoughts as the teams come
out. Same again, Charlie. I think same again. I would, like I said, take Johnson off and put Soufal on because he's playing poor. And I'd probably bring Benrahma on for Fornals. A, to get his confidence up, and B, I just don't think Fornals hasn't really got that cutting edge. I'd probably take him off. I think Downs and Souček's working really well as a partnership. Obviously, there's a temptation to get Rice and or Paqueta in there just to make the team better overall, which would be true. But I think Souček's been our best player because of his partner. So I'd try and resist that temptation for as long as possible. We'd like to see Mubama come on for minutes for Antonio. But yeah, we can get the win tonight. We can finish up with a win, no replay. It would be positive, Charlie. I'd be happy. I'm happy with what I've seen in the first half. Has the football been brilliant? No. But we've kept Derby at arm's length, and it's been relatively comfortable so far. And like I said, there's been 1 or 2 performers playing quite well. So yeah, I'm happy. I was worried about this fixture. I'm feeling a lot better now.
Well, we'll take that. Geo, thank you very much for coming at half-time. Enjoy the second half, my friend. The second half of which will kick off in just a few seconds' time. I'm not going to take that thing off so I can click on it at the exact right time because the referee's looking at his whistle. Derby are the ones to do it. And we are underway. It's Derby versus West Ham. It's 1-0 so far to the Hammers at Pride Park. And we'll be taking that all day. As Gio said, I like the idea of Ben Rama coming on for Fornals. I'm a big fan of Fornals. And I'm a big Fornals apologist. I'll say that quite openly. But I really, really like him as a footballer. But he's not having a good game today. And I think actually getting someone like Ben Rama on can put not only us in a better position to be a bit more active going forward, but also I picked out Mendes Lang as one of the sort of danger men for Derby in that first half. I think he's done really well and put a lot of pressure on Emerson, and he's been sort of finding joy down that wing. Putting maybe Ben Rama on forces their hand a little bit differently. They can't be as attacking down that wing. So I think maybe that's an idea. There were no subs at halftime though. I have subbed in. I've made my own subs. We've changed the water. This is how bad we've gone caffeine, ladies and gentlemen. We've changed... Oh, shot from range from Night and Wide. We've got a pint of Pepsi Max. Well, that glass is a little bit smaller than a pint, but you understand a pint. Instead of water, I've also subbed out the non-caffeine, the decaf tea, for a caffeinated tea. I don't like the taste of this one, but it does have caffeine in it. It does have caffeine in it. I'm not keen on the taste, though. But hopefully I'll be awake. That's the goal anyway. Struggling to get forward again. Derby come away with the ball. It's a nice flick on, looking out wide. Mendes Lang picks up the ball. We managed to force some central and back. You'll have to see it. I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I mean, I wouldn't be too concerned about it just because we've got a week until the next game. And so it's practically like a Premier League game. Oh, flipping heck. I'm sure there was a handball in there. I was concerned. Collins has gone down. There was a huge call from the fans. And it felt like for a split second that there might be a pen. But I was certain that was a handball. The ball gets played in from Smith. Yeah, handball. Kera's just running with him. Wrong side. He's completely wrong side. Thankfully, the ball's going way above him. He just sort of does that, you know? I don't know. But as I was saying, yeah, I'm not too concerned about putting Benny on and risking him for an injury. I'd be fine with it. It's the usual week by week game thing. It's basically a Premier League game we've got here, except it's just against a League One opposition. I would be very happy for us to see Ben Rama come on, try and solidify that win, because also if you can get a goal, for example, if you can bring Ben Rama on, score a goal, then all of a sudden that puts you in a much, much more comfortable position, where you can take off an Antonio or Bowen and start to rest people. That would be the idea, right, for me. That would be the idea. Kieran, my friend, CD, good to see you. Hope you're well. We're doing fine, Kieran, is the way I would describe it. We have been fine. I'm very tired, but we have been very fine. Derby have sort of threatened a bit, but not really found much joy in it. But they definitely found some joy. We scored early and sort of rested on our laurels a bit. We're not attacking great, but we've been fine. I don't like that taste. That's why it's in the cupboard forever, because I don't like it. But oh, that's a nice touch from Ben Johnson. Fair play. I agreed with Gio. I don't think he's played particularly well. I think I was maybe a little bit less harsh than Gio, wasn't him? Not that Gio was harsh, but a little bit less negative on him than Gio has been, I guess, in that first half. But that was a nice little touch. Opened up his body, just laid it short first time. You love to see it. We take that. Oh, Jared Bowen has picked up the ball in a good position. Mikel Antonio's there. It deflects to Mikel Antonio. 2-0. Come on. We'll take that. Scratch everything I said about Ben Rama. It's fine. We don't need him to score. Fornell's tried a nice initial pass through to Antonio. It doesn't work out. It deflects up off a Derby defender, almost perfectly into the path of Jared Bowen. It was a nice first time pass by Fornell. It doesn't quite work out, but the deflection lands directly at the feet of Jared Bowen, who just takes it a bit forward, then with his weak foot, plays a really nice ball across the box, deflects massively up and off the Derby defender and Antonio. Right place, right time, and to be fair to him, right finish. Lovely header, bang, into the net. 2-0, West Ham. Very similar to the Bowen second against Everton with the big deflection off the defender. But listen, 2-0. No complaints from me. No complaints from me. I mean, I cannot see... Look, Derby have looked all right, but I can't see them scoring 2, let alone 3. We take that. We take that all day. Yes. Fine with it. We're fine with it. Ask ITV, bro. ITV player online is unbelievably slow. Unbelievably slow. It always is. Whenever I watch England play on ITV, always played in again. Oh, it was almost 3. Whenever I see England play on ITV player as well, it's this slow. I don't know why it's so far behind televisions. I feel like we have the technology to not do that, but you know, he is very old. He's very old, to be fair. He is very old. There we go. 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. That feels sort of like we're in a vibey position now. You know, let's get Mubama on. Let's see Mubama. Let's see a bit of, you know, funness. See what happens. Very poor pass from Flynn Downser. I think it was Flynn Downser. It might be Jarrett Bowen, actually. If you haven't already, by the way, subscribe. Because I didn't even see it, bro. How are you, sir? I'm scrolling up to try and find it now. I didn't even see it. I hope you're well, bro. How are things? How are things? I can't even see it. I'm scrolling up trying to find it. This is how much I'm putting effort into this, mate. I'm looking. Was it at half time? I'm sure the comments I'm looking at now for half time. I can't find it. I can't find it. I hope you're well, and I hope you forgive me for my trespasses. As we forgive those who trespass against us. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would be very happy. I would be very happy to see your Bam. Let's get him on now. Let's see it. Now we're 2-0 up. As Geo was just saying, I think I make Geo 100% correct on that. Second, we're 2-0 up. Let's get Mubama on. You know, rest Antonio. Let's get Lanzini on maybe for Bowen or something. I don't know. Let's just rest some of those key players, get some game time for those. Maybe not Lanzini for Bowen. That's a bit wild, but something, you know. Fair. I was looking. I couldn't see it. But listen, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're well, and hopefully you can watch the game and enjoying West Ham actually winning the game for once. That's a nice work from Antonio there. First time laying it short, just quickly to Flynn Downs. The part. He then goes on to do one of the most Michael Antonio things that I fail to... As we pass the ball around, I'll try to describe it. The ball comes to him. He takes a touch. He sees Ben Johnson wide on the right-hand side. Thinks, I'm going to play a big cross-field diag. Apparently today, Thomas Souček style, right? So he lays outside of his right foot, just lays the ball slightly to the side, just to give him space to sort of ping it, free kick style, dead ball style, across the pitch. And he just, with the outside of his boot, basically passes to the Derby defender. You're just like, bruv, please, what? Please, you know? But look, he scored, so I can't say no. I don't know. Glenn, how are you, my friend? I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you enjoyed the Rumble. You know, it was big. It was a good night. The ending, especially, was incredible. You know, the actual stuff around it, I don't know. It is what it is. But you know, do a Cody. We'll see. Listen, we'll see what happens. Take out the big bad Gunther, aka Eric Ten Hag, I guess. we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. By that point, I suspect the FA Cup will be low down on both teams' priorities lists. But we'll see how it goes. If you haven't already subscribed, by the way, to Glenn Kitely, Everything Arsenal, wonderful Arsenal channel for wonderful man, Glenn. Glenn is a beautiful man, okay? Glenn is a top-tier human. And you should subscribe. He went 6. What was it? What was that time? You know when they went down with like the worst points tally ever or whatever it was? And we beat them. I'm pretty sure we beat them at Pride Park It was away, and I'm sure Nobby Solano scored a free kick. What was the score? Was that 5-0? 5-1? Something like that? It's called Bridget. Thank you very much. There we go. We're here for it. Well, they would take that. You saw a more impressive win than this one. I'll say that much. Played in. Antonio headed down back across box is not accurate to the goal. Not accurate to the goal. Yeah, we really have been. We really just outside, just waiting, just pinging in balls. Ben Johnson there, pinging it in. It's not the worst cross. It was in the mixer. Mendes Lang does well there. Tries to take on Emerson, who does. Oh no, Aged, who does well. Just forces him out well. Nicely done. Yeah, the bloodline thing is just. It's so good. It's so good. I haven't seen a reaction. I was saying this earlier on the stream. Apologies to go back to this, everyone. I haven't seen a reaction like that. Oh, Bird going from range. DM Max Bird scored a screamer in one of the earlier rounds, going for it from range. Number 8, outside the box, left foot, about 25 yards away, hits it, and my God, does it not stop rising. I haven't heard a crowd reaction like that in a long time for the Sammy turn. And then the J stuff. Oh, yes, the J stuff. It was so good. Oh, I can't wait for tonight. I can't wait for Raw tonight. I'm going to be watching it on CB. If everyone knows here, Charlie Boy has his own wrestling channel now, which I would highly recommend as well. Charlie Boy, West Ham fan. Good lad. The Suplex Flex. I think he's doing a watch-along for Raw tonight, which I will be involved with. I'll be in that chat, you best believe. Yeah, it does well to get the block. It's going to be a corner to It's going to be a corner to Derby on the right-hand side. Tell you what, Mendes Lang, again, just continuing to exist. 5-1, Nobby Solano. There we go. Yeah. No, thankfully not. Thankfully not. We're fine. I'm doing that because of the tea, not the excellent mug of which you can get on hammerstradstore.com. Played in. I hate myself so much. The nod away from Souček wasn't convincing. Ooh. Davis and Johnson colliding there. Derby fans asking for a free kick. Referee says no. Whipped in, cleared away from Ogbonna. It's going to be another corner. I wasn't, but I'll tell you why I wasn't, because I completely forgot. I might have been, but I had completely forgot. But I think they've got too much going on for a Rock Roman thing. So you have to ask yourself, what would The Rock actually do? And I don't know. Rock Gunther. Just get Gunther. I just want Gunther versus everyone. Gunther Brock from the Rumble. That was sick. Give me that. Dinked in across. Areola thankfully comes and collects that one comfortably. Areola, I think, had a good performance today. Areola, I think, had a good performance today. You're looking for potential people who have stepped up and maybe claimed a position for the upcoming Premier League games. I don't think he's played out of himself, and I suspect Dave Moyes would agree. But I think he's played well, and I think there's been times where he's shown that quick distribution, pinging it towards the sort of flanks, towards the left winger, left back as they push forward, the right winger as they push forward. And stuff that Fabianski just doesn't really do. Even something as simple as that. I mean, Fabianski doesn't tend to come and collect balls like that super often. Maybe I'm wrong. But, I'm not saying necessarily put in a performance where he's undeniable, to phrase Cody Rhodes. But I do think he's put in a strong performance. Bird is down. While he's down, everyone's getting a bit of a refresh. I'm re-looking at the collision between Johnson and Davis. Both men jump for the ball. I'll be honest, I've seen him given. No VAR though, so but I've seen him given. Yeah. That is the one and only. Danny DeVito, look at him. There he is. My boy. My boy. You know? He's just here to protect the boys. You know? He's had a good game. He's had a good game. I've been enjoying him, so I think we should let Areola take first place. I would agree. I would be shocked if he wasn't by the end of the season. But then again, after the first half we've had, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Don't move off the stage match. A beautiful thing. It'll be like Kane, Big Show, Raven from WrestleMania 17, and Kane does the dive off the stage towards the end. Be like that. Oh, I might have to go rewatch that match. I love that match. WrestleMania 17 is great, but I just love that match. The flipping golf cart section. Let's go. Who was it? I think Raven gets tossed through some metal, some windows at some point. That was a pen on Johnson. I'm saying, I think, I'm pointing out how awful Johnson is. I've seen him given. I know, it's sad time, innit? Sad time that he's had to go. So Thompson is coming on in replace of Bird, who has gone off for Derby. He looks very young. How old is Fabianski? I think he's 48 years old. Very old. I don't know. I think he's 37, 38, something like that. Something in that round. Bart Hazen's also coming off. Is how I've decided I'm just going to pronounce his name the last time I'll probably ever see him. Joyous, good game. Decent game. Dangerous at times. Final shot was a bit all over the shop, but not bad. Cash-in is on, ladies and gentlemen. Mendes Lang coming off. Oh, they're making all the substitutions. Mendes Lang is coming off. On comes Spriggett. They're making 5 subs at once. 1, 2, 3. They're making 4 subs at once. They're going absolutely wild. And Davis comes off, the captain. I'm surprised Moyes hasn't made any subs yet, a little bit. And Dobbin comes on. Recognise the name. Is he on loan from somewhere? Recognise the name. If McCloskey was on the books, Moyes would play him over Fabianski. Older the better, the dinosaur. Yeah. He wants age. It's the Red Bull model. Yeah. It's all about age or something. I don't know. I've not really looked into it. It's something like that, I think. Maybe. Who knows? McCoy should have been given. Like I said, I've seen them given. Like you said, no good job, no VAR, because I've seen them given. It would have been light, but I've seen them given. You know, respect him. I can neither confirm nor deny it. All I can say is that Mr. DeVito has had several offers from clubs who need some stability, because that's what he brings. But I can neither confirm nor deny whether or not West Ham are indeed one. The shirt is not an indication. He was just cold. Saeed Ben Rama looks like he's coming on. I'd be interested to see who he comes off for. I mean, positionally, Fornals feels like it makes sense. But Antonio, I was going to say, but energy-wise, you'd probably want to take off Antonio or Bowen. And let's be real, we've got to protect our striker. It's annoying that we're bringing on Ben Rama for Antonio and not Mubama. I think if there was ever a good indication of how little David Moyes gives any crap about youth players, then that is it. Mubama not coming on when even the striker 2-0 up against League One opposition goes off. But listen, Saeed Ben Rama comes on, get some game time. Keep him locked in. Could maybe get a third, but I do not. I honestly cannot get my head around that one. Just feels stupid to me. I'm not entirely certain myself, Tom. I'm not entirely certain myself. No, he doesn't. Even me, who wants to be as polite and forgiving of David Moyes as possible, and I have been all season. Even though before you say it, yes, I do want us to change manager. Even I'm like, he just doesn't give a crap. He just doesn't. I would say worse words, but obviously swear words in YouTube right now are a big no-no, so I'm trying my hardest not to. Ooh, 4 nows. It was a nice idea, but yeah. Benrahma does seem to have taken up that central role, by the way. If you were thinking, oh, Benrahma, maybe he goes out wide, right, or basically somehow to shift Bowen up front, Benrahma seems to be central right now. And we'll see how that plays out. What are your views on Dice taking over from Everton? Where is Skamaka getting news over here is difficult. Skamaka is injured. There are rumours that he's unhappy and wants to leave, but he is officially injured for a couple of weeks. Dyche, look, I think realistically he should be able to keep them up. And if I were Dyche, I definitely wouldn't want to take the Everton job without a longer contract like he has managed to get. He's managed to get a 2.5-year deal out of Everton. So it works out for them. I think it's their best chance of staying up. All played in, header. Oh, flipping heck. Derby almost score. I think it's a good thing for them. I think it's probably the best option they have to keep him up. Bloody hell, that was close from Derby. Ball gets played in from the right-hand side. Again, a little bit of space. Who was it? I think it was Dobbin who played it in. It seems to be. I mean, there's 3 Derby players offside, and the one who gets the header was definitely offside. But it wasn't a bad ball, and the first one can't get a good header onto it. The first one gets a touch, but can't get a good header onto it. The second one, handball. The second one, who is, what's his name? Their striker guy who handballed it before, handballs it again. Listen, I respect him trying, but, yeah, it's not happening. Although a second opportunity shoot, good block from, oh, bloody hell, Tilo Kerr. Oh, flipping heck. The ball goes played across. Oh, my God, holy crap. Jesus Christ, that was a terrifying moment. The 2 former PSG players teaming up for one of the scariest moments I've seen at West Ham in a while. Oh, Emerson, ball around wide. Benrahma, wide. Bowen, save. Oh, it was a good chance. Good chance, well worked as well. Good move down the left-hand side. Emerson, I think, going forwards looked good. I think Emerson's looked good going forward. Defensively, I've been a bit concerned, but going forward, I think he's had a decent game. I think he's had a good enough game going forward. That was a really nice move. Comes inside, lays it short to Benrahma. Second time to Jared Bowen. Opens up, hits it. It's quite, again, very shot directly at the goalkeeper. If I was to criticise Bowen's game today, I would say his shots could be aimed literally anywhere else. But that Kehrer thing, Jesus Christ, that was terrible. That was sorry, not terrible, terrifying. It was the right decision in the end, but Jesus Christ. He's a lucky boy. He's a lucky boy. Both teams a little bit. But I think us getting the better ones, certainly. It's almost like having a striker on the pitch is useful. I don't know. Call me crazy. Call me old-fashioned. But having one striker on the pitch is usually a good thing. Listen, I know you all love your fancy, your false nines and all that nonsense, okay? I understand it. I've seen Cesc Fabregas play for Barcelona as well. I get it, but... you know, nice pass from Emerson, finds Benrahma, lays it out wide to Ben Johnson. Oh, there was that first time pass, nice across the box. Yeah, Bowen just doesn't quite have the pace. He's sprinting back, he tries to get ahead, but he doesn't have that burst of pace to get in and around the Derby centre-back to find the ball. Just as I praise Ben Johnson, he plays another awful pass. Good. Oh, come on. Go on, Thomas. He's going to pick up a yellow for that, I suspect. Yeah, he's going to pick up a yellow for that. But go on, Thomas. Get in there. I love it. Love it. It's a definite yellow, but I'm here for it. Listen, he's had a good game. He's allowed to go in with a wild one. Let's get a bit of a reducer on this child who's just come onto the pitch. We have a striker, Tommy. He's just not on the pitch, is he? We have a striker on the bench. It's just we decided to bring on a winger instead. You know, it is. Ben Rama. Emerson looking for a big ball to Bowen. Can't quite get there again. Just not quite got the pace, but he's pulling them back. He's pulling them in interesting ways. Dobbin does well, but Nair Figuered just looked at him very, very comfortably and went, not keen on this, mate. Not keen on this, and stopped it. Then came flying forward and lays a nice little pass out wide to Ben Rama. Where is the support? There's not a West Ham player in about 30 yards of Ben Rama or in the box for him to cross. Anyway, he's injured. He's currently injured as well. He got injured on his debut, came on, finished the game, but took a knock. He'll be out for 2 or 3 games, I think the plan is. 2 or 3 games. Rooney coming on for Derby. Our lineup, Scott, I'll put it on the screen, is Areola in goal. We're playing a back 5 of Johnson, Kera, Ogbonna, Aged, and Emerson. We have a midfield 2 of Souček and Downs. And we now have a front 3 of Fornals, Bowen, and Ben Rama after Antonio came off. But yeah, Rooney's just come on. But there you go. I'll leave that line up. But yes, Ings got injured. Yeah. Oh, and there you go. He's cup tied as well, so he wouldn't have been able to play. Thank you very much, El Craigio. Appreciate that massively, my Bob Ross looking friend. Emerson fouls Knight there. He does well. You'd have thought, Squirrel Squad, you would have thought. I would have liked to have seen him as well, but apparently, nah. Where does Rooney play? I'm intrigued. I didn't see who he came off for. And I didn't know where like 7 of the 11 Derby players started anyway. So that wouldn't have helped me. But I'm interested to see. As this game goes on, I feel like it feels like there's potentially another goal in it. And it feels like it's more likely to be us. Ben Rama does well to find Emerson there, coming flying forward down the left-hand side. He finds Emerson. He finds Ben Rama not super comfortably. Oh, that's a really nice play to Johnson. Oh, he made the decision to shoot there, and it wasn't a bad shot. He forces the save, dives in for a attack on a second, doesn't quite make it work. It was a blast. It was a blast at goal. I agree with that. Straight to keeper though. He's taken off the bone. Yeah, I think he's looked well. I think Ogbonna's looked good in the Everton game as well. I thought the other 2 centre back performances were more notable, but I thought he looked really good in that as well. You know. Who's been the best player? Chat, who do you reckon? Tom is asking, who do you think, who's the best player? What are we saying? Let Tom know. Tom, I would say Souček. But not much has happened in this second half to make me change my mind. But I would say Souček. But chat, who do you think's been the best player? Also, I'm seeing the words Mubama a lot. Are we about to see Mubama coming on? Ooh, okay. Aged has been very good as well. The worst part is, you watch it legally, and yet somehow I'm further behind now than if I watched it on Footy Pass or something. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Who's that down? Someone is down for us. It's Ben Johnson. I don't suspect that's who Bama is coming on for. Sounds like Cresswell could be coming on as well. Yeah, Cresswell's getting ready, and Mubama is already receiving instructions from Kevin Nolan. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. Yeah, Gaird's been really good as well. Fair. How is it in China, by the way, Scott? How are you? I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're having a grand old time. But I appreciate you being here. You never have to. because I can imagine it's just stress to try and make stuff work. But I hope how is it? I hope you're enjoying yourself, bro. Yeah, I think he's doing well. I've enjoyed the last couple of games. I've been enjoying it again. I've been sort of feeling not old Ogbonna, because old Ogbonna was next level. He was so good. You know what I mean? Just before his big injury, I thought Ogbonna was playing incredibly, but I think this is sort of the best little period he's had since coming back from injury. It's quite good with that. 15 minutes to go, still 2-0. We're looking comfortable. I can't lie to you, we're looking comfortable. As I said, it felt like I feel like there's another goal in it somewhere. We'll see what happens. I'm not convinced yet which team it will be for. I think I could see arguments for both. I think if you were to put money on one team, I would say it was us, which is better than what it was before when I would have put money on Derby. Dobbin comes flying in on the inside, skips past 2 challenges. That's a nice ball out wide to the left. Whips it into a dangerous area. Ogbonna does well to just head it away calmly, collectedly, coolly. Nods it away. Big ball from Fornals. Looking up why I can't quite make it work. I'll take this opportunity while Derby have the ball to remind you all, hey, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're the only West Ham channel last year that did a watch-along for every single game without fail. We are here, making it work, making it happen. You know, even when I injured my back in a very painful manner, I was here. We do it. So if you're looking for a place to hang out during the match, a way to keep up with the game, just a way to find links in Discord, then I would highly recommend you subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, because of course it is the end of the transfer window tomorrow, meaning we have our final transfer deadline day stream, 9 until 11. Lots of exciting guests coming up, unfortunately including me, but there will be other great people on there that Geo was teasing earlier, and he's told me the list, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty good. So make sure to check out that. 9 till 11, we shall be live. And then, of course, lots of other videos at the same time. And while you're down there, please like the video. It helps us out absolutely massively. I've barely asked today, because I'll be honest with you, we'd flown past 300 before the game had even started. We're at 465 right now. I mean, numbers-wise, we've absolutely killed the like, so I've barely asked. But it does help us out massively, pushes the algorithm, all of that sort of stuff. It's a back-end thing, but you'd be surprised how much liking a video helps. So drop us a like, and hey, if you're ever just enjoying or watching a YouTube video you're watching, give it a like. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's not a Hammers Chat one, because it helps massively. I'm gonna sneeze, but subs are happening. Ouchie. Aaron Cresswell coming on for Emerson, which means Ben Johnson staying on it. It looks like, yeah, Jared Bowen is going to be the one who comes off for Mubama. Interesting. Mubama coming on. Solid 12 minutes plus stoppage time to get into the game. He's doing very well in the youth teams. Hopefully he can bring a bit of that, because listen, Antonio's playing well at the moment, to be fair to him, but you know, a bell for a Divin goal. Mark, if the people back it, the people back it. I can't. It's a democracy around here. We get enough votes, we then put it to the vote. We then put it to a poll. If the poll got posted, then I go and grab it. That's the way it works. If I get enough calls for a bell poll, I'll call a bell poll specifically for a Mubama thing. It's up to you lot. It's up to you lot. I can respect it either way. I have to. It's the way these things work. What do you think a full-time score will be? I'll say West Ham 3-2 loss, just like West Ham do. Tom, I think at this point, could I see them getting a goal? Yes. Do I think they'll score? Potentially not at this point. Do I think we'll score again? Maybe. I'll say 2-0 West Ham. Final score. Thank you very much, Arthur. Appreciate that. I'll say 2-0. Mubama getting involved there instantly, trying to get about. Be interested to see where he's playing, because obviously he's come on for the right winger, but we don't have another striker, so you would hope and suspect he would be just going into that central role. However, I have seen him pop up on the right hand side twice now. It was a nice idea from Fornals, couldn't quite make it work. It almost feels a little bit like No, it is okay. It is a free. It is a free across the front line. I was saying Fornals seems to be kind of reserved and more central, but it is definitely a free across the front line. Ben Rama on wide on the left, Fornals wide on the right, and Mubama down the middle. Okay, that's fair, Lewis. Maybe a bit of an exaggeration. What I would say is in the last 2 games, he has played better than he has done for a long, long time, and has been a good reason why, and has been a reason why we have won these games. Would I say he's? I think maybe I'm pushing it. Maybe I'm pushing it a bit, but I'll say that. I'll say that. I think that's fair. If we finish 16th, win the Conference League, and listen. If we don't get relegated and we win the Conference League this season, I'm a very happy man. I wouldn't have wanted to go through all this stress to get there, but I would be a very happy man personally. Derby trying to find their way in. They've not got the numbers forward, and there's so much space. We were wide right there, and it just seemed to be a massive gap where there's just no players from either side standing in near it as well. Should have been. Fornals plays it out to Ben Rama quickly. Mubama approaching down his right-hand side. Maybe not in the best position to be found, so he turns around and finds Cresswell instead. Nice lay back to Ben Rama, pushing Derby as far back as possible. Cresswell sort of in the area he would want to start crossing the ball, but doesn't quite work out. Fornals is just very deep and central, almost like it's a front 2 with Mubama and Ben Rama. It's interesting. Not quite there. I would be hyped about that, Sean. I can't lie. Paul, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Just got home. Have we actually played well tonight? Paul, I would say we have been fine. That's the way I've been describing it. If anyone else has any other opinions they want to give Paul, feel free to give them. I think we've been fine, Paul. I think Derby have fought well, but you can just see the levels of quality. I think defensively we're just there, and they can't quite find a way to break that down with Aged, Ogbonna and Kera at centre-back together in a 3. It's just been very difficult for Derby to break down. Attacking-wise, we've been fine. There have been times where we've looked quite good, but we've not looked incredible. You know, would I say we've played well? I would say we've played well enough, if that makes sense. Get Jamie Milner in. I was thinking about Jamie Milner the other day. Sorry, I've always called him Jamie Milner, and I don't know why. Do you know what it is? I had a conversation once with my mate when I was an accountant, and I used to go to Greg's. This won't surprise anyone, for lunch every single day. It would surprise no one. I used to go to Greg's every single day for lunch, and we often would have conversations of what we would do if we had the money footballers get paid. This was about the time when Tevez was going to China and getting paid like 600 grand a week or whatever it was, that kind of time, right? And I once said that I would make a Greg's knockoff, but every item would be named after a footballer. And at the time I was eating a Jammy Heart biscuit, and for some reason that just equated to James Milner in my head. Jammy Milner, Jammy Heart biscuit. And so I can't not say Jammy Milner, but I cannot tell you how excited I would be if we managed to get in Jammy Milner. Look, from a squad perspective, do we need him? No. From an age perspective, do we need him? Dear Lord, no. From a vibe perspective, do we need him? God, yes. Yes. Ooh, hello. How involved are you getting in this, Scott? This feels like something you should heavily invest in. Maybe not invest. Invest sounds like putting all of the money you ever have into it. Maybe not that. But I feel like it should be something we should be looking into. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Anyone played a PS1 game in the Italian Job? Not to drag it back to the Everton game where we spoke about games for 40 minutes, but did anyone play the PS1 Italian Job game? I feel like it was probably quite bad, but I loved it. Do you know what I mean? One of those ones where you play it as a kid, you're like, you think you play it as a adult, you'd be like, this isn't good, but I loved it. Now, the problem, ladies and gentlemen, with having so much caffeine, which is what I have done with that cup of tea and almost this entire thing, is I need to pee so badly right now. And that may be a thing that happens before the stream at this point. Don't drink more. Oh, Collins was going for it. Ball lofted in towards the box. It would have been very impressive if he managed to convert a header from that sort of angle, from that close to the goal. But he tried it. It was played down the left-hand side by Derby, looking in for the ball. It was just lofted in. I mean, Areola's practically stood on the line, on the post, and he still managed to catch it, which is how close it was. Oh, Dobbin hits it. Straight at Areola. Again, Collins at the back post getting very angry. Dobbin is... Dobbin is not very happy. I tell you what, there was a little something from Dobbin there. When Dobbin went for the shot, he picked up the ball wide on the right-hand side. Little step over, just takes a shot, hits it. And there was a lot of annoyance from the back post, I think it's Collins? I mean, it was bold thing, but Collins reacted very negatively to it, saying you should have passed it to him. And it looked to me as if Dobbin looked across at Collins and just said "F you." I was like, "Oh, bloody hell!" Right, ladies and gentlemen, I am actually going to have to go to the toilet. This is a bad time for all. So what I'll do is I'll leave you with our boy. I'll leave you with our boy. He'll keep you company. And yeah. Just give me a second. Hello. Thankfully, we haven't scored. What a time to be alive. What a time. Look, my hair's gone crazy. To be alive. Hello. That was stress. Might as well at this point, right? No yawning, though. No yawning. Sorry about that. Do you know what's incredible? I don't think the views went down when that happened. I don't know what they were at. Max, like 10 people left. So, clearly, I feel like maybe that's the way. Maybe that's what we've been doing wrong this entire time. Maybe we'd have 100,000 subscribers if that was the entire thing. And Zini lays it out to Mubama. Oh, there was a big crossfield pass. He had no options there, to be fair. He had no options. Lanzini's on the pitch. Oh, when I went, Ben Rama wasn't looking comfortable. Did he come from Ben Rama? Is that what happened? I can scroll up. Then they went up. They honestly might have. It was max like a 10 swing in either direction, and I can't tell you which way it was. So, I'd respect it if it went up. Trying Lanzini on. Do you know what, Sean? I never did play the Scarface game. Sorry, I'm scrolling up to see if anyone says who went off. I'm trying to see. I think it was Benrahma. I can't tell. I didn't play it, Sean. But I always wanted to. That and the Godfather game. The Godfather game, all ball played in. Can't quite get a head on it. Derby, and it's cleared away. Apparently, the Godfather game seemed pretty good as well on PS2, but I never played that. There was also a PSP one, which one of my friends had who they loved, but I don't know if that one's good. But apparently the Godfather game's good as well, but I never played that. But I haven't played the Scarface game. I haven't. I remember it, though. I can see the cover in my head. The fifth round draw has already happened, Paul. It happened before the match tonight. West Ham will go on to play Man United. Man United. There we go. Okay. I'll just say this. If you're having arguments with each other, I will just start banning you. There's no point. There's no point having arguments with each other. Like, I get it. It's fine. You can have a disagreement. That's calm. It's not a deepness. This is not a deepness. But let's just, like, leave the personal shots. Leave the personal shots aside, you know? 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. That's all you need to survive with each other, right? All you need to survive. Night, Major. Good to see you, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the toilet. I might get on it, Sean. I might get on it, you know? Oh, that's a good ball over the top to Ben Rama, who's there. So who did Lanzini come on for? Oh, it could have been one of the midfielders. With 2 minutes to go, I will ask you for your man of the match. Pardon me. If you lob them in the live chat, then I will scroll through them. And whoever gets the most amount of votes as I see fit will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. There is no, it could have been 4 nows. That's 4 nows you went off. Thank you. So yeah, let me know who your man of the match is, and whoever wins the most amount of votes will win it. No science here. Science is not on your side. Vibes only in the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. It's whoever I see gets the most amount of votes. But lob them in the chat, and we'll see who gets the win. Couple of good contenders. Bowen up there, Souček up there, Egerd up there. There's a couple of good contenders tonight, I feel like. So be interested to see who gets the most votes. It looks like we're massive, SL. I can't confirm nor deny, but I'll take it off a straight win and just go straight back to massive. I'm fine with it. Play it out wide. Aaron Cresswell gets the ball. And hey, while you're putting in your man in the match award, make sure to lob a like on the video. Subscribe, all that good stuff. It's not massively impressive, but listen, at the moment, we take what we can get. A win is a win. We go back to massive. That's the vibe for me. Lanzini getting involved with Divin Mibama. That's a nice ball to Ben Rao. I thought he was offside for a second, but Linesman says no. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, he doesn't quite work out. It was dangerous. Let's look at the man of the matches. I assume the game is over for you lot as well. Mine be over in about 20 seconds. Bowen, Egerd, Bowen. Stevie, I don't know who Stevie is, but I'll just go with it. Yeah, sure, then why not? Bowen, Oggy, yeah, Egerd. Thank you for coming back, by the way. Thank you for coming back, my bro. Egerd looks better on the ball than some of our midfielders. Souček, man of the match. Massive man of the match. Toilet break. Fair. Danny did hold down the fort. There is the full-time whistle. It ends 2-0. 4 nows man of the match. Watch. Did he get it? I did not clock that at all. But then again, I wasn't really looking. Curtis Davis, man of the match, forgot he existed. Fair. Souček, late shout for Souček. Me, thank you very much. Souček, bloody hell, was a lot of late shouts for Souček. Souček found his lever. Souček again, Oggy, man of the match. I'll tell you what, we'll give it to Aguerd. He seems to have had the most, although there's a very late chance for Souček. I'm gonna give it a joint one to Egerd and Souček. Congratulations on them on winning the Hammers Chat Men of the Match award. The Hammers Chat Men of the Match award, I should say. Congratulations on them both, because I'll tell you what, I think Egerd got the most, but Souček had a very late drive towards the end there as West Ham get a 2-0 win. We'll take that through to the next round to face Manchester United away. Not the best draw you've ever seen, but good to see you, Wally, by the way. Not the best draw you've ever seen, but it is what it is. I feel like that's a positive. Another win we take it. We're not going to stress too much about it. We're not going to hate it too much. A win is a win despite the opposition in front of us. I would like to also thank one last time GP, Johnny Smith, and Sharky, of course, for the full-time fund donations. Apart from that, thank you very much everyone for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure to stick around. There is a live review with Geo and Gonzo happening in just a few moments, and make sure to check that out. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. Not for the watch along, for the final deadline day stream. Enjoy the review, everyone. What a time to be alive. West Ham win and through to the next round. See you later, everyone. Bye, 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 bye.